Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's your boy Roliver Queen, back for another edition of Roll Vision. And of course, I'm joined by AJ. Please introduce yourself, brother.
As always, I'm AJ. Glad to be here. It's a good time to dig into this top 200 list. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. We're doing a little bit of a deviation today. We will be talking about the top 200. But while we were getting ready for that, the news dropped about We Are Legends, which is DC's new initiative for specifically Asian characters. And yeah, we got a couple new titles that's coming out. First up, we got what is this called? This is going to be called, what is it? DC Spirit World. So we got the new hero called Xanth, Cass, Batgirl, and Constantine. They're going to be teaming up in this series. It's going to be a mini. And yeah, this is spinning out of their new initiative because, DC as of the last 2 years, they've been, really trying to highlight, diverse characters, original characters, and there was a lot of good reception from the Asian Heroes one shot that they did a couple years ago, and a lot of folk have been speaking, about, hey, let's do more of this. So this is DC's response. Like I said, we got this one right here, Spirit World. We also got the Vigil, which is going to be written by Ram V. This is a specific superhero team, and we also get City Boy. I'm sure most of you guys already got like the bare bones of this information, and also too, this is important to highlight. These are all spinning out of Lazarus Planet. For the past like month or some change now, we've been getting this weekly Lazarus Planet one shots that's showing the fallout from the Lazarus volcano exploding. All these new heroes are getting powers. All the old heroes are getting their powers affected by, the Lazarus, the Lazarus resin. So yeah, let's take some time to delve into this. What do you think, AJ? How you feeling?
Like I mentioned before we went live, Vigil is probably the one I'm most intrigued by. Ram V. Anything he writes, I tend to pick up these days. So this will just be another one added to the list. It was probably the most intriguing story in this week's Lazarus Planet one shot, and he also tied in Red Hood with it. So I'm curious to
Mm-hmm.
see if he'll be bringing Jason into that title as well. I would not be surprised. He handled him pretty well, so I would like to see that pairing going forward. I think they are three heroes. I think from India, I believe it was,
I
and
believe so. Yeah.
yeah, that's we I don't think DC has had a major Indian hero lately. Yeah, not even lately. It's been a long time, so
Mm-hmm.
that'd be good. Let give another group some representation within their universe. That's always a good thing. I'm never going to complain about that when it's handled properly. Um, then the Spirit World book that was a fun read. I have my thoughts on later what that points to in their in the universe. We'll get to that when we start looking at the sales numbers because Cass appearing in that book probably spells something out that we'll talk about later. The other story with
City
what was it? One of the
boys, city boys.
was that the one? Nah. Even that one, yeah, because that has great meme potential. So um, I'm probably gonna read that just off the meme strength alone every week. I mean every month. Excuse me, because yeah, I'm sorry, that's too good to pass up. Um, they had the other story. I don't think they mentioned anything about that as far as the We Are Legends arc, but the Badlands Station, that's probably the weakest of the ones. Matter of fact, that might even be why it didn't get mentioned. Well, I don't think they also had. Well, I don't know if this character is meant to be Asian or not. They didn't mention anything for that individual, so Yeah, that's about where I am. Probably Ram's the story who's Ram is probably writing the story that I'll follow most closely. I'll say it that
Mm,
way.
yeah. Okay. Let me start off with positives. Let me start off with positives. It's great that DC has been listening to the feedback because I know there was a lot of folk weren't happy that they did the Asian American Heroes one shot 1 year and then they
And
stopped doing
never
it
did it
for the years
again.
after. And
Yeah, it wasn't a great look.
it wasn't a great look, and you can tell, they were feeding off of, the whole Asian hate crime thing that was happening. So it was a nice gesture, but when you don't follow up the year after, yeah, we know what time it is. But maybe that was on purpose, so they could really put things together, so they can bring these characters out. So I'm always going to be happy for that. Um, my other thing, a little bit, what I have concern about is, just the whole Lazarus Planet format. A lot of these stories in Lazarus Planet, they're too short because you got to share a page count with like several other
Yeah,
heroes every
exactly.
single week. And this was, I don't think there was enough here to let these heroes shine. Now, if we had the Lazarus Planet one shots, and then we spent some time with these heroes in other books to get the readership used to them, I'd be a little bit more receptive to it. But there wasn't enough. There's not enough substance there.
Hell, I
To
think if we were just no, sorry, go ahead.
no. Go ahead, go. No, I feel like you're gonna say what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was just saying if this was gonna be the format, hell, maybe we should have had more one shots get announced, and I don't know, maybe each one shot be one story, maybe two, because these are what, like 46 pages or something per issue. I think you could get two stories in each one shot. That's like a full comic for a story to
Mm-hmm.
set them up, since we know they're at least most of these stories. It looks like DC is going to be continuing later in the year as part of the Dawn of DC event. Like we see, what is the Spirit Worlds continuing,
Mm-hmm.
Vigils continuing, um, the first story with Helena that's going to be continuing. Just I don't know. Maybe we should have gotten a one shot for each of these as opposed to
Yeah.
putting four stories per one shot, because yeah, that does you're getting about 11-ish pages or so per story. So yeah, that might be cutting it a little tight, but to get folks invested. But hey, if they're spinning these out into larger stories soon,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'll be all right. We'll see.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Because again, they even got the Dawn of DC logo, so there's rumblings of an event coming later this year. What is it? Night Terrors, and then
Hmm.
there's something that's happening towards the end of the year, roughly around the time when the Justice League should be coming back. So there's more than enough time for these heroes to get intertwined. I mean, who knows? Maybe they will be sprinkled around in other books alongside the individual stories as well. So again, and I say this, not to be a Debbie Downer, because I'm always we're always looking for the best ways for these characters to shine, and I'm sure you're gonna me and you have the same sentiments, you know, alongside the creative teams, having that obviously they should put their best foot forward, but at the same time also, hey, yo, listen, if you were one of these people who were, pissing and moaning about original characters, this is DC answering that. So once
Hmm.
again, whether you're on Twitter, Reddit, show the fuck up. Show up.
Yep.
Show up. That's all I gotta tell you. Show up. So that's the only way you can guarantee that these characters can stick around for long. And also too, it's nice that I think most of these are like 6 issues,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
that's
that's smart.
more than enough time for you to get a feel for the characters, especially if they're written well. And then yeah, and, we just saw it with Poison Ivy. We just saw well, we would like to see it with Green Arrow, but we also seen it with Swamp Thing as well. Hey dog, if DC sees that these characters and these books are doing well, they're not afraid to extend the run. So
Hmm.
again, this is a great opportunity to show DC. All right, we asked for these characters. we're supporting these characters, and DC will be like, you know what? Here's 6 more. Fuck it. Here's an ongoing. Because I know that's the buzzword now on Twitter. Ongoing, ongoing. You want the fucking ongoing? Hey, show the fuck up. Show the fuck
Yep.
up.
Do the work, and DC will reward you when they see y'all are serious about a book. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, Ivy's the best recent example. So just keep showing up, keep buying the books of characters that you want to see, and you will
Mm-hmm.
end up seeing those characters more.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was such a hard concept for people to understand, but you know, I guess they're finally figuring it out.
Yeah, I think I might pull you in for a separate video so we can like talk about that because I think it's worth mentioning that I think the word ongoing has been abused. Like
Yeah.
it's a nasty word right now. As much as I hate to say, like people have abused the word ongoing. So that I
Hmm.
think that's a separate conversation for a separate stream or video. But to wrap this up, the vigil, yeah, I'm on board with that one 100%. I felt like Ram V handled the small page count very well. I what is it? The City Boy one was all right. But again, who knows? Some writers may be able to handle the small page count well, some may not, but I'm going to give that one a go. And Spirit Ward is interesting as well, so we'll see, but Vigil is my number one for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
So we're gonna move along. Again, it's a little bit of a deviation, but we're here to talk about the top 200 comic books. So y'all know the deal. We'll just go through these by 10. Then I'll share my thoughts, and AJ will share his thoughts. And yeah, let's get into it because there's a lot here to dissect. So first off is Amazing Spider-Man 17 at number one. We got Batman 131 at number two. We got Scarlet Witch number one at number three. We got Nightwing 100 at number four. We got Miles Morales Spider Man number two at number five. We got Daredevil number seven at number six. We got Amazing Spider Man 18, which is a dark web tie in at number seven. We got Sins of Sinister number one at number eight. We got TMNT Last Ronin last year's number one at number nine, and ended things off at Batman and Joker the Deadly Duo number seven. AJ, what you think?
Um, pretty much a standard top 10. Scarlet Witch, new number one. That's not surprising. Batman and Spider Man, they duking it out for the top spot pretty much every month. It seems like I said, not a surprise. Nightwing takes a big jump. Not
Mm,
that Nightwing was ever doing bad. It's Taylor's best received book. But 100, that's a legacy issue, so that's always going to push you into usually top 10 territory at least. So he comes in at number four. That's pretty good. Miles Morales, number two, is still up here, so I'm glad to
mm,
see that. That the first issue was good, but there's usually a substantial drop off between issues one and two. So for him to still be top five, that's excellent. Daredevil, I am so behind on Chip's Daredevil. I just got the trade the other day, so I'm gonna try to catch up. Those floppies are pretty much going straight into the bin. Let's see. The dark web stuff, I haven't read any of it, so I can't say whether or not that's good or bad. Sins of Sinister, I also haven't read. I'm behind on a lot of the egg stuff. As the outside of Red and Immortal, I did drop the bag on that Art Germ cover with the Emma Frost cover. So yeah,
you thirsty
yeah,
man.
yeah. I had. Hey, he dropped the Emma and a prehistoric Phoenix one like back to back, and I'm like, I usually don't splurge on covers, but yeah, they got me there. So Ro likes to talk about me for being
Yeah,
he
you
calls it
rich.
rich.
You
Yeah,
rich.
I'll
Uh-huh.
cop to it this time. Um, let's see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles last Ronin. Oh no, okay, this is I guess a continuation. So I was confused there for a second why that was up here. I'll check that out. I read the last Ronin stuff. I liked it. I haven't been a huge Turtles comic reader.
Mm.
Cartoons and stuff, of course, but I never really got into their comics that much. But that was dope. Batman Joker Deadly Duo. I'm just letting that stack. I'm probably gonna read that all in one sitting, like I do for a lot of the Black Label stuff.
Mhm.
But it's good to see it up here. But like I said, overall, not a surprising top 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I got same sentiments. Also, let me give a shout out to Comic Boom. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you for coming through. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. So start off with Amazing Spider-Man. Yo, it's crazy because Amazing Spider-Man is a book that's like the pinnacle of something we always say, bruh. The online chatter versus what happens in real life is they don't link up
Yeah.
because every single fucking week, man, like you would think this book is like the spawn of Satan. Like
Hmm.
they are trashing this book online. But for me to see all that, and then for me to see at number 17 here, I mean, excuse me, to see at number one is crazy, bro. It's insane. Like,
I mean, it's King's Batman all over again, right? I mean,
mm,
like, yeah, the online talk about his Batman was not great, and yeah, the book slipped some spots, but you look at the charts, and it's like, yeah, it's still selling. Like 95% of every other comics released in a month would kill to be in the spots that his book was in.
mhm.
So they have an audience. The same thing for this Spider-Man run. I'm behind on Spider-Man, so I can't speak to the quality, but like you said, the conversation does not match the results we see month in month out.
It's bonkers, but hey, salute to the creative team. They obviously doing something great over there, at least to the point where people outside of it are checking it out. Batman 131. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm lukewarm on Chip's run right now. 132
Hmm.
was an improvement. We'll see how that story plays out. But for me, the backups are where the juiciness is. Like I said, Chip writes himself a great Tim Drake, and I always say this before, and I said it in the Tim Drake video I dropped recently. Hey, you, if you're not feeling that Tim Drake book, hey, that's okay, man. Come here. You gonna eat over here. You gonna eat.
Yeah, yeah.
You gonna
It's a much stronger characterization of the character.
and same with John Kent also. He writes himself a pretty ball in John Kent. So
Hmm.
well, yeah, check that out. Scarlet Witch, good to see. Nightwing 100. Yeah, this is the highest I've ever seen Nightwing in the entirety I've been doing this, top 200 shit. So, like I said, it's
Milestone
good.
issue.
Yeah, it's good for Taylor. Good for everybody else. I read it. I bought the shit. Yeah, it was more or less of the same thing. Just not Taylor
Hmm.
using Nightwing as a you know a soapbox for his views. But yeah, you know what it is. I'm for Nightwing. I'm happy. Yeah. For creative team. Um, Miles. Oh damn. Hold on. We got P. Oh Tevia. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah. Hey, like I said, feel free to go back and forth in the chat. Have fun, and we will do our best to get to your comments. But yeah, let's see here. Good to see Miles Morales, Spider-Man #2 up here. Um, from what I'm hearing, that book is some heat. And I just seen a
Hmm.
cover the other day with Carnage. It's like, oh shit, maybe I,
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
saw
get
it
the
covered.
book.
I do wonder if folk are gonna turn on that book because I got a suspicion that they about to break him and old girl up, especially since Into the Spider Verse is coming up.
Mm,
Marvel's been pushing him and Gwen hard lately. We know, I mean, we know from back when he first started appearing that they envision him and Gwen being together. So I wonder if that's about to happen. Because if they break him and what's her name, Starling up, I think they might be in for a little bit of discourse online.
oh boy.
People who probably aren't even buying the book, but it'll happen.
Oh boy, I hope not, man, because it's good to see. It's good, and also we gotta keep it a fast side too. Me and you've been doing this for a couple months now. Miles Morales Spider Man, like in general, has not been selling poorly. I think maybe towards
No,
the
not at
tail
all.
end of his run, things might have dipped, but it's not. It's not a bad sell book. I think this is one of the best positions it's been in, in a while. So
Hmm.
Marvel is doing something right. They're doing something right with that character. Um, Daredevil #7. Um, I'm gonna keep it a fat stack. I'm lukewarm with this Daredevil relaunch. There's still some time for Zdarsky to turn it around, but I don't know, man. It's not connecting with me. It's not connecting with me. This whole thing with Matt, this personality change, him like being, possibly like possessed by, whatever's going on with the fist. It's odd to me, but who knows, man. I think this last issue was good. It was a step in the right direction. We finally got some nice action. The build between that book and the Punisher book it finally collided. So it was better, but I don't know. 7 issues in, I'm kind of like, but we'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hold on. Any opinion on Action Comics? We'll get to Action Comics. Don't worry. We'll give our thoughts there because I know it did pretty well this month. So don't worry. Just hold on. We'll be right there, Tevye. What is it? Sins of Sinister. Not paying attention to. You want to keep spending money on X-Men? They're gonna keep duping y'all. That's your money. Go ahead. That's it. I think I've said more than enough on X-Men. Yes, Batman and Joker. Been hearing it's a solid book. So good for them. Good for them. But yeah, I think that's about it. Let's move on to 11. So we got X-Men 18 at number 11. We got Spider-Man number 4 at 12. We got Lazarus Planet Alpha number 1 at 13. We got Batman One Bad Day Bane at 14. We got Venom number 15 at 15. We got Fantastic Four number 3 at 16. We got Moon Knight number 19 at 17. We got Batman Spawn number 1 at 18. We have Avengers 64, what the fuck, at 19. And we got X-Men Red number 10 at 20. I'll start off here. Let's see here. Lazarus Planet Alpha. That was a fucking banger. I loved it. Listen, and again, I might save this for another video, but yo, what is wrong with doing Batman versus Robin and having Lazarus Planet Alpha and then Lazarus Planet Omega, and then we kind of move on from there? Because I don't think Lazarus Planet should have been stretched out as long as it is. Again, we just talked about the small page counts for each story. It's for me, them one shots are mid. Obviously, they're selling well, but there's some mid, man.
I'm realizing that them stretching it out was to set up a lot of the new books they have coming later this year. But like the main story, like what you said, what we got toward the end of Batman vs. Robin, what we started with in Lazarus Planet Alpha, all of that is extremely solid work.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we really, like, don't get me wrong, I understand the logic behind setting up stories that you have coming later on in the year. I'm never gonna downplay somebody doing that, getting their cards in order. But the main story, oh my god, is so much better.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Like, bro, I am impatiently waiting for Batman versus Robin number 5 and Lazarus Planet Omega. Oh my gosh. Like, Mark Waid, hey, bro, he been spitting lately.
Mm-hmm. And I'm usually lukewarm on Waid, but here, yeah, bro, like give me more of what you're cooking.
Yes, and he's been teasing some other shit too. So I'm on board. I'm on board. Also we hold on. Let's answer these questions real quick. Comic Boom said I stopped collecting Daredevil when Marvel canceled the last series only to lead into Devil's Reign. Pointless. I never went back. You know what? Right now, as I'm 7 issues into this new volume, maybe Devil's Reign was a good swan song, man. I had my issues with how they handled that, but maybe it was.
I'm not mad at that opinion. First off, Devil's Reign was clearly supposed to be in the main book, and they just, hey, let's make an event out of this. And so I guess Zdarsky at that point said, okay, if we're doing that, I need to straight up just end this run and go into the next run. But it was like Daredevil, but what they're doing in it right now, it laid the seeds for that. And all of this could have just continued. But of
Yeah,
course, Marvel wanted an event to boost sales. Marvel wanted a new number one to boost sales. And yeah, you got your sales boost, but I do wonder if more of the comic reading audience shares that opinion that it's kind of pointless now. So,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
yeah. We'll see, man. Because I'm gonna stick around, man. Because this is my first Daredevil book ever, so
Mhm.
that's why I've been sticking with it. So we'll
Oh,
see.
bro, you got to go pick up some Omnis, bro.
Oh,
Brubaker, the Bendis, oh yeah, bro, dive into Daredevil. That is a character who is he, he has never had a bad run. I'll put it that way.
okay, okay. Oh, that gives me hope. That gives me hope. Yeah, I gotta pick up them omnis, but I know a lot of them. It's kind of hard to find, but I don't mind dishing
Mm.
out a little pretty penny, or I could just ask you because I know you got it, bro. I know you got it.
Check out cheap graphic novels first before anywhere else. They'll usually have nice discounts.
Okay, okay. All right. And let me just finish through this real quick. Batman One Bad Day Bane. I stopped reading those One Bad Day one shots. I mean, I heard they're pretty good. I heard Ridley's was really good, surprisingly. I thought Tamaki's was okay. But I
Hmm.
know the one that King did, that's the one that got a lot of people talking. I remember that one made some noise. But
Yeah,
yeah, good to see they're still selling. Well, I know.
he writes, and I shouldn't be surprised, from
Mhm.
the first run, but he writes. I mean, from his main Batman run, he writes a really good Riddler, like scary good Riddler. So I'm kind of I'm kind of surprised that because folk love to shit on King, but the reception to that was surprisingly positive that I saw.
Yeah, I think it went. If I'm not mistaken, that bitch went into fucking second printing like
Yeah, I
that
know it
same
is.
week.
Hmm.
Yeah, so good salute. But Venom, good to see there's good work happening over there. Good to see Moon Knight. Moon Knight has been consistently strong. I really need to pick that up. Fucking hell. But yeah, Avengers. Never mind. And X-Men. Okay, okay, not bad here. And guys, I'll let AJ go, and then we'll answer your questions. Yeah, the chat's popping, so I want to make sure we get to y'all. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah. What was that? X-Men 18. Seems like that's a few spots higher for X-Men than lately. The main book, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, hey, good for the writer. Well, that whole team. The main book isn't doing too much right now. I mean, they. I think that last issue dealt with uh Laura, who wasn't actually dead, that they thought was dead, and tying that storyline together. So I guess some folk might have been interested in that, how they were going to resolve that. I don't really think they did. Like you said, behind on Spider-Man. I know a lot of people aren't liking it, but this is what the third Spider-Man title we've seen
Mm-hmm.
up here so already. So yeah, something's happening. Uh, we gave our thoughts on the Lazarus Planet Alpha one shot. It's excellent. One Bad Day Bane. Haven't read it yet. I've got it on my shelf. Not reading Venom. Fantastic Four. Not really surprised to see that up here. Moon Knight, like you say, has been very consistent. Batman Spawn. I'm surprised is still this high. I think this is what this third month since that book came out, or is it the
Yeah,
second? Second or third, and it's still in the top 20. That's crazy.
yeah. I think that gotta be another print, bro. Like,
Yeah, it has to be.
yeah, it gotta be.
Avengers, y'all keep giving Jason there. Well, you're giving Marvel your money in, but they keep giving Jason Aaron more Avengers titles to write. But hopefully it's ending soon. I think he has a major event that he's ending it with, so that'll
Thank
be fun.
God, thank God.
But yeah, that this run should not have lasted as long as it has. X Men Red, I'm an issue or two behind, but it's in the top 20 still, so I'm not surprised. Good for that. That's continues to be the strongest X book coming out. So, like I said, not surprised, and yeah, that's it for that
Oh,
portion.
word. Let's see here. I don't know. Maybe you can answer this question, AJ.
What's
Um,
that?
do you believe Amazing Spider-Man could be saved? Because for me, I hate to say, but this book is a train wreck and just needs to be canceled. I'm not reading Spider-Man. From when I started reading comic books in 2016, my understanding has been like Spider-Man has always just been a shit book, despite it selling well, and I know when to stay away from something. I've stayed away from Spider-Man. The only Spider-Man related stuff I've read and actually like bought is Venom. Like Venom
Hmm.
has been consistently solid for me, but I refuse to do Spider-Man. I think AJ is probably the better Spider-Man person. So if you want to answer that question, go ahead.
I mean, I'm super behind. I'm still making my way through Spencer's run. Um, it's mostly solid. There have been a couple things here and there I've got complaints with. I know people are not rocking with Amazing right now. Since they once again broke Peter and MJ up. It's been a year now, and well, the people who are current on it, I think it's been over a year actually, still don't know what Peter supposedly did. I think that's something they're teeing up within the next few months. From I'm going to be honest with you, unless everybody just drops that book, I don't see them changing the directions
Mm-hmm.
that they've been taking it because the numbers for Amazing Spider-Man month after month after month are high. Like we started off this stream saying, Amazing Spider-Man and Batman, those two books are usually duking it out for the top spot. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. At this point, like I said, I don't see Marvel changing the direction. My timeline tells me that the direction is pretty bad. Like I said, I'm behind, so I can't give an opinion on it one way or another. But the best way to show that you're unhappy with it is for folks to vote with their wallets.
Yeah.
Like we tell folks to vote with their wallets for books that you want to see continue. Do the same things with books that you don't want to see continue.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I talk a lot of shit about Jason Aaron's Avengers. I stopped buying that book a long time ago. I came back
Same.
for the issues when they brought She-Hulk back to being She-Hulk. Other than that, I have not touched that Avengers book.
You know.
So, it is what it is. That's the only thing I can tell you to do. Stop buying it if you're still buying it. Tell your friends to stop buying it if they're still buying it. Otherwise Marvel's gonna keep up with that direction that the book's taking until the writer's done with the story that they want to tell.
Yeah, the same. I've given Nightwing a lot of shit. Um, you know, but same thing here. I may not like it. I'm sure there's a lot of other content creators that cover Nightwing as well, and there's a lot of talk
Hmm.
about it online about how much of a not great run it is. But the fact of the matter is that we do this every single month, and what is a consistent What's the consistent book we see in the top 50 every single month? Nightwing. So again, if more people rally behind it, maybe if more people start to see, the cracks in the armor, and DC notices, oh, okay, this book is starting to slip a little, that's when we'll start to see some change. But right now, you know, DC, Marvel, the big two, and even the indies, they all care about their money. So if they start to see a book slip, then they'll make changes. But listen, Spider-Man, Nightwing, Avengers, they not slipping. So that's all we got. So you just gotta wait it out at this point. Wait it out. Like, it's the best way to do it. Just wait it out. Like, you did your part by not supporting it. Now you just gotta wait for the writer to just get it all out their system. That's the best thing we could tell y'all. Best thing we could tell y'all. Let's see here. We got another one here. Oh, hold on. AJ's back. You here, brother?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no problem. But yeah, we got another
Hello? Can you hear
question.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay.
Can you
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm all good.
Awesome. Yeah. So we got another question before we move on. DC is coming out with a slipcase for all the Batman One Bad Day issues. Do you think sales justify it? I would assume so. Like they're going all out here. Like a lot of these already have hardcovers on the way. Yeah, I think so. It's clearly a line that's doing well, and I wouldn't be surprised if later down the line they're going to announce some more. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, same. I also wouldn't be surprised if they start doing something similar to these for their other marquee characters to get other big time writers to come on in, just do a one shot for the character, and then get some hype behind them. Put a put a big writer, big time artist on him, put him out, sell 50, 60, 70,000 copies an issue. Do that for about 10 issues in a row. Boom, then you have a nice hardcover to sell. It's worked with Batman. Of course, it was going to work with Batman. We'll see what happens with other characters, but I think that could be a good formula for them going forward.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, same here. Yeah, same sentiments. Let's see here. We will talk about the Flash later on when we see it. Don't worry. We're gonna mark that down. So let's move on to 21. We got Batman Superman's World Finest number 11. We got Hulk number 11. We got Immortal X-Men number 10. We got Star Wars 30. We got Action Comics 1051
Good,
25, bruh.
good shit.
Good fucking shit. We got Amazing Spider-Man 16. We got Wolverine 29. We got Mighty Morphin TMNT number 2. We got Dark Star Wars Darth Vader 30. And we got Mary Jane and Black Cat number 2. AJ, what are your thoughts?
Uh, Seemed like a pretty good top 20 Batman Superman World's Finest. Not surprised to see it here. It feels like it's been longer than a month since that came out for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm surprised Hulk is still up that high. Since Cates has been going through his personal issues, he hasn't been able to handle writing duties for that for some time. But good on the artist for being able to step in and keep that book afloat. As far with he's pulling double duty, writing and drawing the book. So good
Mm-hmm.
on him. Immortal X Men. Not surprised. It's one of the better X books. Probably the second best one. Star Wars. That's always going to sell. I'm behind on that as well. Action Comics. Good job. People are
Yes.
finally recognizing how
Woo!
good this book is. This is what 2, 3 months in a row now that this book has been top 25 ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's been on the top 50 for probably about the third month in a row now. So I'm very happy to see that. PKJ has been writing his ass off on that book for some time
Yes.
now. I'm glad folks are recognizing it. Amazing Spider-Man 6. That's not a surprise here. Again, like we said, people are buying that Spider-Man book, even the back issues. So, hey, it is what it is. Wolverine has picked up a bit lately, so I'm glad to see it here. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Team NT. That's a good spot for a number one. Boom, for one of the more, it's an indie-ish book, so good
Mm-hmm.
on them. Like I said, I'm behind on Star Wars stuff, but Vader, I'm glad to see him in the top 50. Mary Jane and Black Cat, again, Spider-Man characters, they're gonna sell. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Marvel has kind of already spoiled what happens in that book. So we'll see if issue 3 falls off a bit, but that's a good, what's this, 2021 through 30.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Same sentiments. Good to see Action Comics, up here. Hey man, I really enjoyed that issue. I enjoyed every single part of that issue. I like the main story. I really enjoyed, the little John Kent story. I'm happy that we're revisiting that. And it's good to see Dan Jurgens come back to Superman because Dan Jurgens' Action Comics was my first introduction into Action Comics, the Rebirth one. So I'm happy to see him come back. Really excited for that story. Um, Good to see Mighty Morphin, TMNT. I know it's probably one of the more popular Power Rangers titles. So
Mhm.
good for Parrot, good for Dan Mora. What else? What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. And also to circle back to Action Comics, man. As much as I love the main story, what story really got to me the most, the one I really enjoyed, the Power Girl
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that was good. That was
That
good.
was
I like that.
really good. Like they tackled the mental health aspect very well. It wasn't cheesy.
Hmm.
I didn't even mind the art. People gave the art a hard time. Nah, I liked it. It was a very cool. I'm much looking forward to the next installment, man. And this is, like I always say this. There's certain writers, they may not be good for certain characters or certain stories, but they may be good for something else. And I think
Yeah.
this she did a good job of convincing me, man. So I may not be sleeping on Leah's pen much longer. So we'll see. I don't want to jump the gun yet, but this was a good introduction. Other than that, I think that's about it. Good to see Batman Superman still doing his thing. Mark Wade's pen's been immaculate. So yeah, let's move on. Before, hold on, let me just see if we got any other questions here. Um, okay, more Flash stuff. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we will mention Poison Ivy when we get to it. But yeah, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this comic boom. Don't worry. So let's move on to number 30. We got Mary Jane, Black Cat number 2. We got Ghost Rider number 10. We got Dark Knights of Steel number 9. We got Batman One Bad Day, Catwoman number 1. We got Gold Goblin number 3. We got Star Wars Mandalorian number 7. We got X Force 36. At 36, we got Thor 30. We got Something That's Killing the Children 28. We got Darkwing Duck number 1. And closing things off is Saga. All right, AJ, what you think?
Uh, let's see. Dark Knights of Steel. That's the Taylor book that I am still picking up. It's it's solid. High a low 30s book is that's about. I feel like that's about right for him as far as his writing. That's probably where he should be. One Bad Day, Catwoman. That was a good story. I think that was Tamaki's. No, that wasn't Tamaki, was it? But
No,
anyway, the
that was G
Catwoman One Bad
Willow.
Day. That was really good.
Yeah, G Willow did
Yes, G.
Catwoman.
Willow Wilson. Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, nah, that one was really good. I got a couple issues of that here. So yeah, I'm responsible for at least two sales of that. Gold Goblin. That's more Spider-Man stuff. Like I said, I'm not caught up. Mandalorian. Has anybody been reading that? How's that? I haven't really read any of the Mandalorian books. I might get on that. X Force 30, X Force 36 at 36. That must be lucky. The X Force books. Like Ben Percy, he was kind of up and down on with Wolverine and X Force for a bit, but it seemed like those have ticked up lately. So probably him getting out of the events has helped him a bit.
Yeah.
So good for him. Thor 30. Jesus, that's 30 issues in already. I haven't been reading Thor, so it just seems like that's hasn't been going on that long, I guess. Something is killing the children. Seems like 38. I'm not 100% sure. Seems like that might be a little lower than what it had been coming in at lately. But that's a good number. Darkwing Duck, definitely not reading Darkwing Duck. So yeah, good for him at number one. Saga 6 at 40. Seems like that's a little higher for Saga lately. So
Yeah.
good on them. I know folks hadn't been really feeling that book as since the return. It seemed like, but maybe it's picking up steam. So good for them. Hopefully they can continue.
Okay. So yeah, not too much to say here. Good to see G Willow up in the top 50 again with another book. We'll get to Poison
Hmm.
Ivy, but G Willow picking up some serious steam. I love to see it. I love to see it. Let's see here. Yeah, not much else here to mention about in any of these other books. Yeah, I'm not reading Thor or X Force, but like I said, oh yeah, salute to Thor, man. Because I think, is it? Oh no, it's not Thor. I was talking about it's Hulk. That's the one where Homeboy's
Yeah.
doing double duty. Um, but yeah. Wait a minute. Who isn't Kate's do? Wait, was it Kate's
Uh,
on Thor too?
yes, he was. I don't know who's taking that one over.
Oh shit.
Um,
Okay. Oh, all right.
yeah, Mark. Those were two very, big titles that were impacted by, I guess, his issues in his personal life. So
No.
they've managed to look like wade through that successfully. So good on them.
Yeah, good for them. So yeah, I think that's about it for me. Let's see here. Let's answer some of these in the chat real quick. I appreciate, Tevy, I appreciate Comic Boom. Like, listen, I love when the chat is popping. So let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else we need to mark. Um, Oh yeah, Comic Boom said I think Marvel over publishes Star Wars with too many variants, but no denying it sells. Yeah, man. Listen, Star Wars, it's just one of those properties, man. You put Star Wars in front of it, that bitch gonna sell. That bitch gonna sell.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, Tevye said the Power Girl story was just bad in my opinion. For me, I'm not gonna get too deep, to what I do for work. But you know I appreciated that, from that aspect. I think she handled certain elements of that very well compared to other attempts I've seen. So again, yeah, I'm gonna give respect where respect is due. There's certain topics I feel, I don't know, writers should just stay away from because 9 out of 10 times they do a shit job. Nah, I think she handled that. And yeah, that's also answering yours as well, Comic Boom. But yeah, what was see here? Tuffy said personally, I thought Dan Jurgens' Action Comics backup story with 10-year-old Jonathan Samuel against Superboy is probably way better than the Power Girl story, in my opinion. And yeah, I don't disagree with that opinion. Again, that put a smile on my face, man. I didn't think I would enjoy that John Kent story as much as I did, but yeah, I think they're just trying to win people over with John Kent stuff, and it's working for me. This is working for me. I don't know about you, AJ, but
Pretty much.
it's working for me. Let's see.
No, it was good seeing Kid John again. I just realized we're not going to get that on a consistent basis.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. It depends honestly on availability and other aspects. Because again, it is a little demanding, to make action comics and anthology. But for as long as it lasts, I'm on board with it. Let's see here. So let's move on to 41. We got Gunslinger Spawn number 16. We got Star Wars High Republic number 4. We got Invincible Iron Man number 2. We got Joe Fixit number 1. We got Marauders 10. We got Detective Comics 1068. We got Lazarus Planet Assault on Krypton number 1. We got Poison Ivy number 8. Shout out to G Willow. Spawn 337 at 49, and ending things off is Deadpool number 3. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, the detective is a little lower, than what I used to see it. Okay. No, I'll be honest. That detective series reads a lot better in one sitting. I let the issue stack, and then I just sit back and just read them all. They work better that way, and I don't know if it's on purpose or that's just V's writing style. I'm not. I don't know. I felt that he handled. I felt the pacing was better on Catwoman than Detective, but that's just my
Okay.
opinion. But it's not bad though. It's not bad at all by any means, but it is a little slower. Um, and again, salute to Poison Ivy. We just heard the announcement that it's getting extended to an ongoing. So salute to you guys for showing up. Salute to you guys, for really supporting that book. You will get rewarded as you can see. But yeah, and I think Marauders is a little higher than usual. Was that book restarted? I can never tell with some of these X-Men books, man. I can never tell.
Yes, it was. It was, but it's been a few months now, so.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's about it for me. Not too many thoughts there. What about you, AJ?
Uh, About the same, not much. Like I said, good job on Poison Ivy getting extended. Good job on fans for showing up and buying it. It's a little lower than I think it's been in a while, but still top 50, so that's good. Um, Detective, yeah, I think some people probably would prefer Ram in a all in one sitting type of thing. I can read him month to month, but I know he's a little deeper for some folks, so not totally surprised. Then that's a the Assault on Krypton book.
That shit was
It was
mid.
okay.
I'm sorry. That shit was mid.
I was gonna give it okay, but yeah, I don't disagree with
Yeah.
that sentiment. Um, and yes, like I said, Marauders has been started over, but 10 issues in, so it is what it is. 45. That feels about right for where that's gonna be. Um, yeah, looks like that's about it. I'm reading from this area.
Yeah. Yeah, to go back to, Lazarus Planet, yeah, what is it? It was the John story was um the Power Girl story, that was just like that's where it stemmed from in Action Comics. So again, it was a little nice little teaser. Again, I think Williams did a solid job introducing with the 10 or so pages she got, and then it was nice that it flowed into Action Comics. But other than that, yes, same sentiments. It's a lot of these stories, man. A lot of these new writers can't, they, and to their defense too, and some writers just can't handle that small page count. But yeah, that's what it
Right.
was. It was just it wasn't hitting for me. And yeah, there was no fucking assault on Krypton. Yeah, Comic Boom is right. That was definitely false advertising. And they pulled that bullshit too with the we once were gods, the other one shot that came out not too long ago, the one that dealt with the Shazam stuff and the Martian Manhunter stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, Yara Floor is all over that fucking cover. There was no Yara Floor in that book. None. So yeah, a lot of false advertisement there. But yeah, so let's move on. So yeah, let's give this disclaimer. Um, Beyond 50 is the shit you gotta pay for. And I want to add this in too. Um, I know there is another site that does the compilations. It's more, organized. They'd go based on, the specific lines like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I prefer to have us do raw data, because one, it's just bare bones, and I'm the type that whether or not I'm for a writer or for a book, if I see improvement, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And even if a book is under the top 50, I still consider that pretty good. So I try to be a little bit more fair and a little bit more understanding when it comes to these numbers. So that's why I prefer to have a conversation while having the raw data in front of us. So I got to add that
Right.
disclaimer
No
there,
doubt.
just in case if you're a first time viewer. And I know there's other channels that cover this, but I like to put my own spin on this. And I know somebody already did a top 200, but still, I prefer to have us be presented with the raw data. Then we can talk about it in a fair and honest way. Um, so let's go at 51. We got Predator number 6. We got Punisher number 9. We got Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 8. We have Strange number 10. We have Avengers Forever 13. We have Spawn Unwanted Violence number 1. We have Dark Web X-Men number 3. We have Flash 790 1 Minute War at 58. We have Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing number 4. And we have Nemesis Reloaded number 1. AJ, take it away.
I think this is the first section we've got to where I have not read a single book
Oh shit.
this time around. Yeah, I'm behind. I'm very behind on Flash. Probably since about the Dark Crisis stuff, so I need to get on that. Sentinel of Liberty. Yep, behind. I read about like the first 3 issues of that Cap run. I just got the trade the other day, so I'll probably just get myself up to speed from there. Let's see, Avengers Forever. Not reading it, but good for them. Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing. I've just been letting that stack because it's not as good as that tiny Joker run. It still seemed like it's a solid read, but I checked out the first issue and I'm like, yeah, I think I'll just let a bunch of these stack so I can read them all at one sitting and maybe it'll come across better. But I give Tynan shit for his Batman, but his Joker run was phenomenal.
Yo, can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I gave Tynan shit for Batman as well, and I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I just decided to sit down and I'm reading Joker right now, and that shit fucking hits.
Yes, I mean it's a Jim Gordon story disguised
Yes.
as a Joker story. It is excellent, bro. And because they've been kind of lost with what to do with Gordon ever since what was that shit where he went bad for a little bit? Was that? I feel
You're
like
the
it was something to do
villain.
with how. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Like they've been kind of lost with him as a character, especially since they've removed him from the commissioner role, which I still think is a mistake. But that was like some good Jim Gordon content. Showed just how capable he is. Showed like him like I mean, first off, it was just bad at when he let Barbara know. Like, I've known you've been doing this shit for years. I just haven't said anything. And keeping Batman on his toes, like, wait, does he know who I am? And him basically saying, like, I could have found out who any of you were at any time over the years. That is just some baller shit from Gordon. Titans character, Vengeance, Bane's daughter, clone/daughter. That's one of his more interesting characters that he created because it was one while he was doing an OC like every 10 minutes. So I think after Ghostmaker, that's probably his most not Ghostmaker. Yes, Ghostmaker. I think after Ghostmaker, that's probably his most interesting OC. I would love to see more of her show up somewhere. I think she's been in a one shot somewhere within the past few months, but nah, Tynan cooked on Joker, bro. Like
Yeah.
I crap on that man's Batman, and I stand by every word I said. That after Joker War, that run is just straight up bad. Joker, on the other hand, though, bravo.
Yeah.
That man, his pen was on fire.
Yeah, you can tell, and I feel, and we got the little details from his Substack, but I feel like he put more of his energy in Joker, and I think at some point he kind of just checked out on Batman, which is why like the
You can
quality
tell.
is like night and day. Yeah, you can tell, like, because for me when I'm reading Joker now, I'm just like, yo, this the same person that wrote Batman at the same time. What happened?
Exactly, bro.
Then you
Exactly.
then you read fucking the Substack. I was like, oh, that's what happened. Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, so fucking loot there. Um, but yeah, as for myself, see here, yeah, good to see Cap doing pretty well. I think I mentioned it before. I caught up on the first 4 issues. It just reads so much better in trade, and I know they're leading up to the Cold, was it something war? Is it Cold War?
Yeah.
So
Something. Your guess is as good as mine.
yeah, so I'm gonna catch up in time for that. But yeah, good to see Flash, doing pretty well. 1 Minute War, 1 Minute War is fucking dope. Like, I'm so happy DC decided to let that title be bi-weekly again. So we really don't have to wait. It's just boom, 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 boom. And I just got the last 2 issues yesterday. So I'm going to sit down and catch up on that later on this week. But yeah, Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing. I've been hearing, I don't know, depending on who you ask, I think some people like it, some people don't. I think I'm willing to give it a try. Because I know Red Hood is popping back up there, and I know they're trying to set things up with Red Hood moving forward. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's about it. And we got to answer these comments here because hold on. Yeah, there's just some things that I was not aware of. Um, First up, Tevye said, question. I'm just wondering how you guys feel about John Kent going to the Injustice universe. Because for me, I don't know how to feel about this, but does it sound interesting? Um, okay. I'm gonna be as respectful as possible about this answer. Um, I think it was a mistake to reveal that. I think that was a big mistake to reveal that. I felt,
Got to
I
boost
feel,
sales somehow.
yeah, but feel how you feel about Injustice, but I feel like that would have been a bigger hit if we had found out about that on the day of. Knowing
Yeah,
how divisive the Injustice comic book universe is versus the video game, I don't know if that was a good thing. And it just really feels like, you know, Taylor is just really just trying to fetch for sales, fetch for attention, and
hmm
but also at the same time, there's rumblings of a new Injustice game coming out, so that could be it too. Um, and also, there's another thing here we have to consider because of death metal, the Big Bang. This is possible. Like if Big Bang didn't happen, then you could really say that, oh, this is just Taylor, just having a jerk off fest with his properties. No, the Infinite Earths are back. They did
yeah.
visit the deceased world. They did visit the Jurassic world. They did visit what is it, the Dark Knights of Steel world. So it would only make sense now that this playground is there, he would do that. So I'm not mad at it, but I think this would have been better if we got hit with that on the day of. What about you, AJ?
Yeah, I think it definitely would have hit harder if you, for those reading John Kent, if you were to, turn the page and all of a sudden he's face to face with Ultraman, he's face to face with Superman of the Injustice world. I think those kind of things would have hit harder reading them as opposed to being in a press release months in advance. But honestly, I have no interest in reading John Kent as long as Taylor is writing him anymore. I checked out around, issue maybe issue 4 of his run. As we've seen the last few months, everybody who touches John Kent seems to handle him better than
Mm-hmm.
Tom Taylor. So when Tom Taylor is no longer writing John Kent, I will jump back on. The age up thing. It's at this point, yeah, it was dumb, but it's neither here nor there. We see how DC is gonna attempt to handle that moving forward. They'll give you a bunch of one shots and out of canon stories with him being a kid again, but they're not going to de-age him, even though the Injustice world and him coming face to face with Ultraman again, that would provide an opportunity if they wanted to take it, but I don't think they want to take it. At least not as long as Taylor's writing him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm not interested in John Kent under Tom Taylor.
Yeah. And
Williams, we talk. What's up?
oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, we talk a lot about how Dark Crisis wasn't very good. Williamson wrote a great John Kent. Like
Yes.
that that boy was putting paws on people, and I was like,
Hmm.
you know what? That's what I want to see out of the son of Superman. Like, bruh, just go in. Whenever a Kryptonian just starts cutting loose, that's the shit I'm here for. So, when John Kent, and not just I'm not just all about action and stuff. He handled him well as in the quieter moments also. So, if it showed me what John Kent could potentially be under a better writer. Tom Taylor, his writing works in very specific circumstances, mostly Elseworld stuff where he can just do his own thing and not affect the larger universe. But I don't know. I feel like he's been a miss on John Kent.
Yeah. Same. The only one of the only reasons why I decided to sub to Adventures of John Kent was because again I think we've been we've been wanting to see what the aftermath was with him and Ultraman because that was touched
Hmm
upon, but it just got dismissed. So
Yeah.
to see him return to that, I am interested. And I'll be honest, when this book was first announced, do John Kent returning to the Injustice world was not the big reveal I was expecting. Like half of me thought, yo, what if it's that same popular theory that this John Kent that we have now was a fake out?
Yeah.
I was expecting something like that. I'm not gonna lie, but now that we're going back to the Injustice world, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of knocked the wind out the sails. But I would like to. I'm reading it because I would like to see the conclusion of John Kent Ultraman. So, and also it's a mini series, and I think Taylor works better in a condensed setting versus giving him an ongoing. Again,
Hmm.
he has pacing issues with Nightwing, pacing issues with Son of Kal-El. So I'm willing to give this a try. It may work, it may not, but I'll check out his alleged swan song there. So that's my thing on that. Also, Comic Boom, I appreciate that. I may have some videos, that complain, but I try not to make that the bulk of my channel. And even when I do complain, I try to add some positivity or some optimism. I just can't be a content creator that just pisses and moans all day. Yes, is it easy for views? Yes, but I can't be that content creator. So again, that's why when I do these, I try to be fair. And that's why I have Elvis and I have AJ, because we try to be as fair as possible, whether we're talking about movies, TV. Is we don't want to be those guys. So yeah, thank you. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um, Next up, what do you guys think of Jeremy Adams not continuing on Flash after 1 Minute War and him moving to Green Lantern? I was not aware of this, or I must have missed that. So
Yeah, I didn't think I'd seen anything about him coming off of Flash. I think, like I said, I'm behind on Flash, but I definitely think that would be a mistake if they are taking him off.
yeah, I think he's going to be doing both. If anything, I feel like if he was leaving Flash, that would be like an announcement. I don't know. I could be wrong. I might have missed it, but yeah, I think Jeremy Adams is safe. As for him being on Green Lantern, yeah, he's a good choice. Fuck it, let's do it. I'm happy to see what he's going to do on there. And yeah, I think I'll pick it up for sure.
Yeah, I was disappointed to hear that Tamaki wasn't going to be on Green Lantern. I know they're trying to find a place for her with something else in Dawn of DC, so maybe it's a title that, or maybe they'll come up with something they haven't announced yet. But no, when I started reading Flash, because I got on there a little later than everybody else with his current run, but I've liked what Adams has done. So him being on Green Lantern, yeah, sounds good. I'll give it a shot.
And Comic Woman said it has been fan service that has elevated Jeremy Adams. He deserves the love. Sadly, DC is moving in a different direction with Flash after 1 Minute War. They will probably focus on Barry. I think that's a mistake. I think that's a big mistake. We've had, how long was Williamson's run on with Barry? What, from
Like
2016?
it was 100 something issues. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I see they've been in a weird place with Wally for a while now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not very present in New 52. We know why. Um, Rebirth comes around, he's back, but he's taking up the Kid Flash mantle again for a little bit. Then he's just two flashes around. They tried to move Barry kind of out of the picture a bit, but not fully committing to it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe they are. First off, I don't understand. DC needs to realize that they can just have two characters running around with the same mantle, even in two separate books,
Yeah.
and it'd be fine. They did it with, even though that's not really the best example right now. I Am Batman.
Yeah.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. We can do it. Hell, over at Marvel, you got multiple Spider people. You got two straight up characters just called Wolverine, and then a bunch of other Wolverines that are not Wolverines. Like, it's fine, guys. People aren't gonna be confused. But I not that Adam's Flash has been selling badly. It hasn't, and even we saw it moved up from the beginning of that run. I think they kind of want to get that Barry sales bump back because
Mm,
a lot of your audience, especially your older audience, you announce Barry Allen's in a book, they're gonna show up and buy it. Like there have been times when Flash has sold on the level of your Green Lanterns and your Batman. Well, not necessarily Batman, but Green Lantern when Green Lantern was competing with Batman as being one of
mm,
the better selling books at DC. I think that's something you can kind of see here. Not saying that they're gonna, sideline Wally again. I don't think they will. I do think they realize the positive reception that
yes.
that the character has had with focusing on he and his family. So I think they'll find something for him. But yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised if Barry is given a little more spotlight going forward over the next year or so.
Yeah. Similar sentiments. I can see it, but again, like Jeremy Adams' Flash has come a long way since we've been doing
Hmm.
these analysis. So it would be dumb to remove him. And again, yo, you can just get a competent writer or a good writer to just do a Barry Allen book. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
Or you know what? Fuck it. If it's really that big of a deal, I don't think Jeremy Adams would mind if he shared the Flash book with somebody else. So you get the Barry Allen stuff in one section, then you get the Wally West stuff in one section, or just have them do a fucking arc together. Like Jeremy Adams
yeah.
shows that he can handle multiple flashes in one book. So I mean, that's the easiest way. You get to have your cake and eat it too. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I don't know if we got official confirmation that he's leaving, but yeah, if he is leaving, and we do get to go back to Barry, I'd feel away because I'm really enjoying the Flash, and I'll probably even more so than before. I enjoyed this more than Williamson's run. That's for sure. Not to say Williamson's run was horrible. But before we move on, we got one more question, then we'll move on. How do you feel about Wally West Flash having another kid? Because for me, I'm happy Wally West has another kid and is married while Marvel keeps failing with Spidey. Oh, I'm for it. I love the Linda and Wally dynamic. It is so wholesome. Like I get good vibes every single time I read that book, and I'm excited to see how this new kid will add on to the Flash family.
Yeah. When they announced the pregnancy, because I think that was also during Dark Crisis. Yeah, it's fine to see. I understand why the publishers don't do it more with heroes settling down, kids, wives, all of that. They feel like it ages their heroes a bit, and they want them to kind of be nebulous as far as how old they kind of are. We keep it ambivalent, and folks just go with it. So I get it, but um, it's fine. I think people like to see their heroes, go through these major life events, and they actually commit to those events. The publishers commit to those events. It's part of the reason why a lot of folks got so upset with Bruce and Selena not getting married in the main book. It's why folks get upset when Spider-Man and MJ are broken up for the thousandth time. It is what it is from a publisher standpoint. I think, like, I understand why they do it. I don't agree with why they do it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. So, and maybe one day, maybe they'll get their shit together with Peter and MJ. Maybe one day, maybe. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of issues happening on that end. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm happy for Barry and Wally and Linda. And god damn it, comic boom. Not to upset you guys, but Tom Taylor is rumored to be the next Flash fighter. Fuck, 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 fuck,
I mean, you're
fuck.
gonna get a lot of new creative teams and titles announced within the next few months for Donna DC. I wouldn't be surprised. He's one of their better selling writers too. So, and they have to justify that exclusive contract that he's been given. And if you're not gonna put him on Batman, which I'll be honest, I was scared he was lining up on Batman for a minute, but Chip's over there, so I
Yeah,
think we're safe. But I can see I see them giving Taylor an ongoing with a major character
he
very
got
soon. Whether or
Titans
not
and
it's Flash,
Nightwing.
I don't know.
He got
I,
Titan. What the fuck else do you need?
Nightwing is yes, he is big time, but put it this way: one of the seven, one of your Justice Leaguers, your main ones, I can see him writing them soon. So, like we say, Batman is taken. Wonder Woman, I think they'd probably want a bigger creator on that. So that's a no on him. We know Williamson's doing Superman. So your Martian Manhunter, I don't think they would give him an ongoing right now. You're left with Flash, you're left with Aquaman. Oh yeah, Williamson's doing Green Arrow, so that's another one you can't. So Flash and Aquaman, one of those two, take your pick. I could definitely see it being Flash.
I can see it being Aquaman. I think Flash is in a decent enough spot, but they got to recoup from Aquaman, especially after that last one fucking bombed. I think Taylor
Mm-hmm.
would bring some good enough attention there, and I feel, and it's underwater shit. Yeah, there's some Earth stuff there too. But I mean, I don't know what. Maybe Taylor can be a little. He can do something interesting there. There's not enough room there to do. Soapbox shit from with Aquaman. I don't
Yeah,
know, but Taylor will find a way.
yeah.
So we'll
I
see.
was gonna say Arthur really doesn't fit Taylor's writing style. Of course, I didn't think Nightwing fit his writing style either, and I still
Yeah.
don't. But his managed to be one of their better selling books. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Arthur has a little too much edge for him. Not edgy, but edge for him.
Hmm.
Taylor likes to write a lot more flowery, soapboxy stuff. So I don't know if Arthur would be the best choice for him. I could see it with a Flash. He might actually be a decent enough Wally writer, but like we said, we've got better than decent happening with Wally right now with Jeremy Adams. So um, you know, they I you have to justify when you do an exclusive contract with a writer, you tend to pay them a lot of money up front, and you
Hmm.
got to find a way to justify that contract. So
Mm.
yeah, I could see it happening. I hope not, but I could see it happening.
Oh God! Now I'm gonna have nightmares. Oh God! I hope it doesn't happen. We'll see. Yeah, after hearing you, I can I can see it. Oh boy! Oh boy! All right, let's see if there's something else on this list that'll boost my mood. God. Um, 61. We got Carnage number 9. We got Human Target number 10. We got Planet Hulk World Breaker number 3. We got Avengers War Across Time number 1. We have Wasp number 1. We have Justice Society of America number 2. We have Alien number 5. We have Black Cloak number 1. We have Action Comics 1050. That's probably a second print. We got we got Venom 14 ending things off at 70. Let's see here. Um, yeah, just a society. Maybe those delays are hurting that book a little bit.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That's what
Yeah.
happens when you put old boy on a book.
So yeah, it's a little lower than usual. It's not terrible, but I don't know. I also got to see when this came out because I feel like that book had come out a while ago, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Let me see.
So
I'll look up last month's.
yeah, look up when that came out. But I feel like it's a little low, for John because we
Nah,
typically see
wait, what number is that?
number 2.
No, what number did it show up on the charts?
Oh, 66.
It's higher. One was at. Well, let me make sure, but I'm seeing one in December at 104. But it feels like December is feels like that book started before December.
It did start before. Yeah,
Let me see.
definitely
I'm checking
did.
out November,
Yeah, that's
but
whoa.
but yeah, delays are what happens when Jeff Johns is on a book because Jeff Johns does not know how to prioritize his time. Number one was in November at 45. So December, then that we just saw, that'd be a reprint. Okay, 104.
Hmm.
So number two So let's throw December out since that was the second month for that book. 45 and what's it at in January?
66.
All right, so so it fell 21 slots. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, delays will do that.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully now it'll get back on point with no delays. But Jesus.
Yeah, hopefully.
Um. Yeah. Not much else to say here. Yeah, Wasp is number one for fucking. Yeah, that's low for number one. But
Mm-hmm.
not much to say about this one. What about you, AJ?
Uh, yeah, not a ton to say. Justice Society, like I said, I'm not surprised it slipped. That's what happens with delays. They books will fall because of them. Let's see what else. Wasp, yeah, that's low. I think they were hoping that Ant Man getting ready to come up would push that up a little higher. I'm sure they were hoping for that. Maybe we'll see what issue two does.
Mm,
But yeah, that's kind of low for a number one at Marvel. Black Cloak, I haven't read it yet, but that's Kelly Thompson's new creator owned title. It's sitting on my shelf, but a number one for an image book, yeah, 68. That feels about right. Action showing up, we know that's at least last month's title, so it being at 69, that's pretty good for it. Venom, not reading at the moment.
I think that's a reprint because we saw Venom earlier.
Yeah, that's right, we did.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's it for this part.
Um, we got 71 House of Slaughter 11. We got Flash 791 1 Minute War. We got Gargoyles number 2. We got Legion of X number 9. We got Danger Street number 2. We got Batman Beyond the White Knight number 7. We got Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 4. We got Secret Invasion 3 of 5. We got Lazarus Planet We Once Were Gods number 1. And we got Moon Knight number 18. What you think, AJ?
Moon Knight. We know that's a reprint because we've seen Moon Knight. I feel like at least one other time, might have been twice on this list. That book,
Mm-hmm.
it keeps chugging along. They've got something good on their hands with that, so I might have to check it out. Let's see here. Legion of X, and haven't read that. Beyond the White Knight, I tend to let those White Knight books stack and just read them all in one sitting. Danger Street number two at 75. Not horrible numbers for completely not only out of content. Well, no. I'm thinking of Gotham City Year One. Danger Street. Okay, I might have to check that out. I'm getting confused on what that one is. I know that's another King book, but
Mm-hmm.
he's got a few going on, so I'm confused. Lazarus Planet. We were once gods. That's one of the lower Lazarus Planet one shots we're seeing so far. But like
Well deserved.
you all mentioned, yeah, like y'all mentioned earlier, that that was also more false advertising with that one. The Shazam story was cool, but it's fine. I don't really. The rest of the book wasn't very memorable. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it for this. Yeah, I haven't read anything else from here, so that's it.
Yeah. Guys, we'll get to your comments in a second. Yeah, not much to say about this. Batman Beyond the White Knight. I'm also letting that stack. I just prefer to sit down, read them all in one go. They work much better that way. Um, what else? Secret Invasion. I don't even know why, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the show that's coming out soon. Yeah, Lazarus Planet, waste of time. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Let's answer these questions real quick. Um, Survey asks, how do you feel about Mark Wade on Shazam? Because for me, I'm so happy, mostly because he's finally bringing back Billy Baxton back to Captain Marvel, which makes me. I think you meant to say so happy. Yeah, I'm good for Mark Wade, man. It looks like Mark Wade is on a serious run at DC. Um, I feel there's a lot of excitement for him to be on Shazam. I'm not the biggest Shazam fan, but I don't mind checking it out. Who knows? anybody could turn me into a believer if they write the character well. So yeah, I'm excited. A lot of good energy behind Wade. What about you, AJ?
Um, Wade coming back to DC after years away. He's been on a tear since he's gotten back. And like I said, I'm kind of hot or cold on Wade. So, but I've enjoyed most of his stuff that he's done since coming back. So, his Shazam, that could be an interesting fit. I'm not like you. I'm not the biggest Shazam fan. Um, I think last time I read him was like New 52, just on a month to month basis. He's fine. Wade, he's done interesting work since he's been back, so I'll at least get the first issue a shot. I'm still wondering about whether or not I think that's the best fit for him, but if it's what he wanted to write, it's what he wanted to write. So good on him, I guess.
Yeah, cool, cool. We got Comic Boom also said Wait on Shazam is a great decision by DC. Good timing with the movie too. Hopefully both will be successful. Yeah, I hope so as well. So yeah, it looks like it's a good move. I'm down for it. And also we got asked about White Knight. Yeah, both me and AJ are trade waiting that one. We're not trade waiting. We're just letting it stack. So yeah, I seen rumblings on the timeline about what that ending could be. But I'm just gonna remove it from my head because I want to see it for myself. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's the stance on that. Let's see here. Oh, Comic Book said Wade always said he would only come back to DC if Didio was gone, and it
Well, there you
happened.
go. Well, there you go.
Oh man, yo, hey, listen, Didio is running that bitch with the iron fist. Whew.
Hmm.
Hey, I have a whole video talking about how I don't think Didio wasn't entirely wrong, man. If it wasn't for Didio, I wouldn't be doing this shit. So I'm gonna give I'm gonna give Didio his credit. I'm
I
gonna
just
give
it's just always funny to me. You hear from fans and even certain creators at times. They'll talk. Of not being a fan of his, which I'm not the biggest Dan DiDio fan, Dan DiDio, whatever fan myself, but yeah, okay, we trash him, but we go right back and use his ideas anyway after we fire him to buy us time because we initially threw out the rest of his ideas. So was he really the problem? Who knows? Nobody will ever cop to it, but I guess it's fine. Like you said, Wade's back at DC, so I guess you got some silver lining out of it.
yeah, you know what? I wouldn't. Speaking of which, I don't know. I've had half in mind. Maybe Comic Boom if you're around. I'll try to I'll try to get your information after. I don't know. I do want to have a talk about 5G, like a legit live stream about 5G. I think there's a lot of conversations that could be had around that whole thing, especially since we got more information about it. But yeah, as this relates to Didio, so I would like to have a full blown conversation about the DO and 5G, because yeah, there's a lot there to pick apart. So yeah, let's do that at some point. But yeah, moving on, we are at 80. We got Moon Knight 18. We got I Hate Fairyland number 3. We have Detective Comics 1067. We got Midnight Suns number 5. We got Incredible Hulk number 1. We got Spider-Man Lost Hunt number 3. We got Timeless 2022 number 1. We got Black Panther 13. We got MMPR TMNT number 2. We got Captain America Symbol of Truth number 9. Oh, is that the Sam Wilson one?
Hmm.
Oh
Yep.
shit, this is higher than I've. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's higher than it's been in a while.
Wow. Okay. We got Savage Avengers number 9, and everything's off at 90. Let's see here, 1067. That's probably a reprint because we seen Tech higher up. Let's see here, Timeless 2022. Oh boy. Uh, isn't Homeboy who's doing Avengers in a couple months? He's also doing the Timeless stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them using that same format again. It seems like it's not like it's diminishing returns at this point. We'll see, and it looks like the Avenger stuff will be tying into the stuff that's he's teasing there. Black Panther 13. I don't know, it's not terrible, but yeah, good thing Ridley's leaving
Yeah, but
because
it's went
if
down like a rock from where that book started at.
oh yeah, I remember that shit used to have first, second printings off the gate. Now,
Hmm.
oh boy, Ridley, oh boy. Let's see here. Yeah, good to see my MMPR TMNT too. And good to see the Captain America book climbing the charts. Um, this one hurts. Savage Avengers. Um, it looks like that book is canceled.
Mm.
So that's a huge bummer. I don't even think the original one didn't. It wasn't like a top 50 book, but it still sold pretty well. And this series also
Hmm.
sold pretty well, also. So I have a striking suspicion that um, when Old Boy, when they announced Old Boy coming on the new Avengers book, maybe Marvel decided, hey, we're gonna take the Avengers a little bit more seriously. Maybe we only had another Avengers book because Aaron was just doing God knows what. So maybe they want some more consistency. They want one main team. That could be it, or I
Yeah.
could just be speculating. But yeah, it sucks because Popose is such a good dude. Savage Avengers is such a great book, and it's sad to see ending so soon after the last one went for about like 30 some issues.
Hmm. Yeah, they're about to
So
put out an Omni for that first run. So,
yeah,
um,
so yeah, those are my thoughts. And Tevia, yeah, fuck it. If you're around, let's do it. Yeah, let's make something happen. I would love to get a good panel together. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it. But yeah, do you have any thoughts on this, AJ?
uh, Detective 1067. Yeah, we know that's a reprint. Midnight Suns. I think they were just trying to ride any hype that the game may have generated, but Marvel games have not really been i- in the best shape outside of Spider-Man. The Avengers game has really kind of hurt the brand of Marvel gaming a bit. So looks like that spread to a comic that was meant to boost off of the hype of the game. Black Panther at 13. Yeah, huh, I guess I I know why this. We know why this run is ending shortly within the next 2 months. I I don't know. I don't know what Marvel thought they were going to accomplish with this run when Ridley told them their plans. I think they expected some of the discourse around Black Panther in general, not just the comic, to be better than what it has been the past 6 months to a year. But the character's not in a good state at all right now, and most of it's by their own doing, so they have no one to blame
Mm-hmm.
but themselves. But hey, it is what it is. Ridley. I said it earlier today. I think on the timeline. Really fooled a lot of people with his other history of the DC universe
Me included.
because yeah, myself too, because what he did on I Am Batman, which I checked out a while ago, just like Black Panther, like after a while he clearly just said, "Fuck it," phoned it in. He stopped taking things seriously, and with the I Am Batman stuff, you at least understand a little more of the reasoning because he did the little background in the DC Power issue explaining, his son was saying that there weren't any really Blasian superheroes around. So I guess that's why he decided to perform character assassination on Lucius Fox. But okay,
Mm,
um, yeah. And Black Panther has been nothing but disrespectful. So I mean, these are the results you get, guys. But that's enough of my soapbox on that. Captain America: Symbol of Truth. Let's give it up for that because that's a
yeah.
black character Marvel is
Mm-hmm.
handling well, and the numbers are showing an increase, so people are liking what they're seeing. So hopefully it keeps climbing. Savage Avengers. I haven't read the current run. I was reading. I read the last one. I'm gonna get the Omni of the last one. If it is canceled, that's sad to see because it was the first one anyway was a good um palate cleanser after I just finally got so fed up with Aaron on the main book. So Savage Avengers was holding me down. So if they're gone for a while, that's gonna be sad to see.
Oh, I think I have. I think there might be a reason why that book might have been canceled or maybe just like dipped. They lost the rights
Mm.
to fucking Conan.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
Yeah. But even with Conan being gone, yo, the rest of the team held this shit down. Like the book didn't falter at all.
Hmm.
It didn't falter. Like it still stayed consistent. Typically, when you lose a like a figurehead of a team, like the writing takes a dip. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
So I think Papos has been very quiet about the book being canceled, and that's probably on purpose. But if he ever
yeah.
comes across
Marvel
it,
does that
yeah, it's what
when
sucks.
folks sniff out cancellations. It reminds me of Black Widow. Kelly Thompson just not answering questions about the books for months at a time until the last issue. So, yeah, that's their MO. They tell their
Yeah.
writers not to speak on it.
So again, I don't know if Papos will ever come across this, but hey, bro, we fucked with that run heavy. And whatever else you're doing, whether or not I'm a fan of it or not, I know you're doing Venom verse. I think that's what it is. That's like the Venom that's coming up. Yeah, I checked that out just off the strength that I rock with your writing. You did a good job selling me. And I know he's been doing great things also with other books that the Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four tie-in. Streets was a buzzing about that one that he did. He did amazing work there. And it seems like everything else he touches is great. He did an Avengers thing on Marvel Unlimited. People had a lot of good things about that also. So
Mm.
yeah, it's a bummer, but Popose, just know, yeah, you got people here that's rocking with you. So yeah, but yeah, let's move on. At 91, we got Captain Marvel 45. Okay. We got Star Wars High Republic Blade number 2. We got Batman Adventures continue season number 3. Harley Quinn 26. We got Berserker number 11. I love how like now they're saying what the word Berserker means as if we didn't fucking know what it meant. Um, Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7. Damn, again, that got to be a reprint. Grim number 7. Star Wars Yoda number 3. Gotham City Year 1 number 4. And Wonder Woman 790. Wow, they're doing something on that book because this is the second month in a row where it's climbed. But AJ, go ahead since I took over last time.
Okay, sure. Captain Marvel. Ooh, that seems a little lower. Not that. Eh, I normally would say that might be dangerous, danger of cancellation at these numbers, but they're getting ready to start hyping that movie up for a minute, so it'll probably keep on. Maybe Kelly can pull it out of that slump. I don't recall that book being that low in a while. Uh, let's see, Harley Quinn. That's low. That's lower than it's been in a minute. Might be because the writing team is getting ready to change over, or it's already changed. I'm not sure, but let's see. Dark Crisis. Yeah, that's got to be a reprint. We're what
Yeah.
2 months from that. I think Grimm may also be a reprint. Big ups for Wonder Woman. Whatever y'all did to at least get into the top 100. So,
Damn.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have,
No. No. I got to clap for that.
yeah, I haven't been a fan of that direction, and I stopped reading it some time ago. But hey, y'all have at least done something because we have seen that book much lower on this list.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them.
Uh, yeah, I think that's about it. And also, yeah, Gotham City Year One. I saw something on the timeline. I think King's a little disappointed because again, people are saying good things about it, but I don't think outside of maybe that selection on Twitter, people are um I think people aren't checking for it, but it looks like it's a good book. It just needs
Hmm.
more support. But yeah, it sounds like he's a
Yeah.
little bummed because they must have the numbers too, and people aren't showing up for it. So
I
yeah,
mean, it's a Gotham City book that
does it have Batman?
revolves. It doesn't have any of the Bat family. I mean, it's before all of that, so I get it.
Yeah.
But I also think it's kind of because I was watching a word balloon interview with him, and it sounds like DC's about to start pushing him back towards more ongoings and stuff. Because, like I say, when you have these big time writers like that, you have to justify what you're paying for them. And he might not be exclusive anymore. I'm not sure,
Hmm.
but I know he's getting a much higher rate than a lot of those other folks at the company, especially the newer folks. So they
Okay.
probably they and no, not probably. He's admitted it. They want him on some bigger books, and soon. He has something with Donna DC that they haven't announced yet. So yeah, I think it's ongoing. So we'll see what happens there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait,
so
wasn't it well, wasn't that the Batman?
yeah, those are anthologies.
Oh, okay. We're talking
The
ongoing.
yeah, he said ongoing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
the Brave and the Bold, those are I think anthology books.
Okay. All right.
But and I think he probably bummed too because you can tell he likes to stay in these little self-contained stories to where he doesn't have to worry about continuity. He don't have to worry about folks bitching about him doing something with the main versions of these characters. So they're seems like they're taking him out of his playground. So yeah, I could understand him being bummed. But hopefully that book picks up some more. That was just what the first issue.
Not four, bro.
Uh, 4. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it'll probably drop some more from here. But like I said, I'm not terribly surprised with that one. Out of all, yeah, 4. Yeah, it's only got 2 left. Out of all the books of that King does, that one always seemed to be like the biggest. Was going to be the biggest stretch to get people to buy.
Mm,
So yeah, it looks like they haven't been that tuned into it.
yeah. I don't know. I think I'm warmed up to the fact if King is coming back for an ongoing. I think yeah. Hey, dude. Sometimes you just gotta learn, and I think King is pretty seasoned at this point. So I'm all for second chances. If
Hmm.
DC has hope in him to do another ongoing, and maybe he learns how to work within continuity and create something compelling, I don't see why not. Like why not, dude? So I think King has had a resurgence at DC, and this is DC, kind of giving them the push. Maybe it's financial because again, like you said, they do have to justify those contracts, but why not, man?
Hmm.
Why not? I'm for it. I'm for it. So we'll see what it is. Let's see. You said oh yeah, I think Captain Marvel has a Brie Larson problem. I enjoy the comic though. I don't know. I again, I may be the minority here. I never understood the the Brie Larsons. I never understood it. Like I know there
I
was that
didn't either.
comment that I think she said when the movie was coming out, she said something about, who's doing the reviews, and I know that maybe rub people the wrong way. But outside of that, I I don't know. I follow her on Twitter. That woman is living her best life.
Hmm.
I,
Like
I don't get it.
probably one of she's one of the most at least seem like I don't know what she's like in her personal life, but she just seems like the most inoffensive celebrity that folks could follow. So yeah, that comment I never understood the big deal about that, but hey, somebody took offense to it, so whatever. But as far as it being a her problem, I don't know how that would affect the comic because the comic usually sells pretty well. Like I said, this is the lowest it's been in some time, so I was kind of surprised to see it down there. So who I'm about an arc behind, so maybe the quality is dropped on it. Who knows? But we'll see what happens next month.
Yeah, and also I got to say this too. I finally bought the omnibus. It's the The
Kelly Sudaconic.
Kelly Sakano, I got it. It just couldn't fit in my bag, so it's at the comic book
Okay.
shop.
Yeah. Look at you. You don't bought so much. Couldn't fit in your bag.
Oh,
He
here we
he
go.
talks about me
Nah,
though and
here
my
we
space.
go. Nah,
Nah,
it's different.
boy done got so much he couldn't fit it in his bag.
Nah,
it's different now.
uh, nah. Listen, I have my laptop in there. I had some other books from work in there. So I don't know. Listen, you every other week, brother. It's this dude got the fresh, 1 out of 20 covers, man. Listen, bro, you big baller. You a big baller. All right.
Hardly.
All right. Let's see here. We got another some more content. Oh yeah, one question. Then two more questions, and we'll move on. Can we have Peter J. Tomasi on Superman or do another Super Sons book? I don't know. I mean, Peter Tomasi, he'd have to want to do it, and also I think we mentioned this before. Peter Tomasi did come back for Super Sons for like that one shot, and it did not sell the best. I mean, it did sell
Yeah, it
poorly,
didn't.
but you would think after all the hype for Super Sons and how much people cried about it, it would do better. It did not do as great, and I think
I
maybe
mean,
that
Super
was.
Sons.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just gonna say it didn't sell that well when it was coming out. It wasn't until afterwards that people picked up trades and stuff and fell in love with it. But on a month to month basis, it didn't do great. I mean, it wasn't the worst selling thing ever, but it's not something that. But it is. I think if that book would have been stronger, DC would have had no problem bringing back a Super Sons book, or not even have allowed the age up to happen in general. But it
Mm,
is what it is at this point. But also, I don't know if Tomasi would want to come back to a Superman ongoing because, I mean, he felt some kind of way. At least there were rumors of him feeling some kind of way after they basically just pushed him off the book to give it to Bendis when Bendis was coming.
yeah.
Yeah, remember those ads? Bendis, Bendis is coming. Um, yeah, we see how well that turned out. But yeah, he felt some kind of way. So uh, who knows? Maybe he wouldn't even want to work with the Superman office again. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it would be nice, but yeah, I don't know. And again, they always talk about it on what is it, Absolute Comics. Like Sal will always bring that up whenever Superman is mentioned. It's like he is not happy whenever the Superman topic
Hmm.
comes up. Like he's not pleased.
Yeah,
So
I believe it. He had plans, and his plans were just thrown out the window to accommodate another guy who came over and completely tanked the numbers on the book. So I mean, it is what it is. He kind of probably feels like a little bit DC, reaping what they sowed with that book. So
mm-hmm.
um, it is what it is. Let that be a lesson. The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Amen. Well fucking said. And yeah, Tave, yeah, you'd be more than welcome. When I get the ball rolling on the 5G thing, yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you guys. There's another live stream I want to do specifically for Batman first. But once I get once I finally sort out my schedule, I'll reach out to you guys individually, and then we'll get the 5G thing started because I think it's worth having like a full blown conversation about, because I think everybody has like various opinions, various theories, and some of the 5G stuff did happen, you know, after it being canned. So yeah, let's get together. Yeah, when I get that all sorted out, I'll reach out to y'all. Um, let's see here. Boom's comic book said, I don't mind Brie Larson as an actress. I don't think she's right for the character. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I don't have too. I only had a bare bones knowledge of Captain Marvel, and I'm one of the people that kind of got into her with Civil War. But even so, I Civil War 2 kind of
Ooh,
just
bad entry point.
But for me, it, for me, I just realized, this was just a shit creative decision, and I can just
Hmm.
leave it at that. Yeah, it never affected my opinion. I thought the movie was okay. It wasn't the best thing since sliced bread. I've definitely seen better movies, but yeah, I don't share the same sentiments about Brie Larson or Captain Marvel because it's just I don't know. I just kind of just I just use different rationale for it. Let's see
Right.
here. Um, let's see here. Oh yeah, last thing. The truth is, Super Sons was never a sales juggernaut, but it got great word of mouth. It had potential to grow, but it's old news now. Yeah, well, yep, it is. And that Super Sons one shot that came out, yeah. Um, but yeah, who knows with Super Sons? We'll see. We never say never. Never say never. So let's move on to 101. 101 was Dark Web Miss Marvel number 2, Wildcats number 3, Nice House on the Lake number 12, Star Wars Bounty Hunters 30, Batman Fortress number 8, Human Target number 11, Star Wars Han Cholo and Chewbacca, Monica Rambeau Photon number 2, Star Wars Yoda number 2, and rounding things off is Amazing Spider-Man number 15. That's probably a reprint. Um, let's see here. Yeah, that Monica Rambeau book, man, like it didn't start off. I feel like it didn't start off on the best foot, and it's sinking. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have too much exposure to Monica Rambeau. But again, this is another character that I seen a lot of hype for when the book was announced. And what do we see? People not showing up, but 108 out of 200 is it's not atrocious, but it's definitely low, especially for number 2. But other than that, yeah, not much to say about this list. Oh, Wildcats. I don't know. I hear mixed things about Wildcats. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a couple more months to make a judgment, but I don't know. It feels like Wildcats, their time is gone. But again, 102 out of 200 is not terrible, but could be better. What about you, AJ?
Give me just a second. Wanted to get some data for. Okay. I was checking out Nice House on the Lake because I thought that number was really low, but apparently 12 came out last month. So I was wondering if that book just fell off a cliff for some reason. Other than that, let's see here. Yeah, Monica Rambeau. I'm not totally surprised. That first issue, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best by any stretch of the imagination. And then they kind of just she's in a book right now where not that that this is should be a anything that just is a stop somebody from buying the book or is a deal breaker, but in the what Thunderbolts, I think she's currently in a relationship with Blue Marvel, and yet in Miss Marvel, I mean, in Monica Rambeau, it's she's broken up with him, dumped him or something, and it's supposed to be like months ago. I know you get a few continuity sticklers who are kind of bringing that up, like, hey, yo, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might have been an issue for some people, but I think also the book just after that first issue was going to taper off because of it's not necessarily the strongest. It wasn't the strongest introduction. I'll put it that way. Let me see. I believe that is Eve Ewing, who is writing that. Give me a second, and I will make sure
Yeah, I think it
because I
was in
don't.
like the below 50s, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eve Ewing is she's the writer on that. I'm neither here nor there on her. Her Ironheart was fine. She did it better. She did better on that book than Bendis did. Um, well, better with that character, I should say. But she is your next Black Panther writer, so
Hmm.
yeah, I hope hopefully that's not a bad omen of things to come. But who knows? Hopefully she delivers something stronger on that book because that's a pretty substantial drop from issue 1 to issue 2 of
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau. But let's see, anything else? Star Wars Yoda, so that's obviously reprint territory because we already saw number 3 here.
Mhm.
Amazing Spider-Man again. That's showing up. Like we say, people hate it, but it keeps showing up. This is
Yep.
what, the 5th time it's shown up on this
Mhm.
list or
Yep.
something like that. Like Jesus. So I mean that's about it for that section. But people buying Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing, actually.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended, indeed.
Let's move on to 111. We got Star Wars High Republic Blade #1, Exterminators #5, Batgirls #14, Book of Slaughter #1, DC Horror presents Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead #5, Punchline, The Gotham Game #6, X-Men Legends #5, Spawn Scorch 14, Harley Quinn 25, and Walking Dead Deluxe 54. Let's see. What did I go first, AJ, or you did? No, you.
Uh,
No, yeah, you go first.
okay, okay, sure. Let's see. Exterminators. Yeah, that was something. That was Leah Williams as well. We talked about, we gave her praise for the Power Girl story. That book, I don't know what was going. People call it fun. I'm like, okay, I guess that's your idea of fun. Um, Batgirls, 113. That is, I think that's a little bit higher than it
Hmm.
has been in the past few months. It's still been in the not selling great territory, but that is a bump. I do think it might be a little too late though, guys, because if you read the Lazarus Planet one shot today, you see now that Kaz is basically going to be the co-star of a book coming up. What was it? Darn, Spirit World. That's the name of the book that's
Yeah.
coming. So Roe kind of noticed a trend earlier with a lot of these books that were like 5G replacements or ideas that had kind of been taken from 5G stuff, or just some of the type, just basically some of the titles DC has announced lately to fill time. They're all kind of ending at issue 18. I
Hmm.
felt that way about Batgirls for a while. I said that seemed like a good number for that book to get to. But yeah, Cass is going to be showing up in another book, and it seems like she won't be in the main Earth to really be doing stuff with.
Mm.
So that book's probably getting canceled. Um, it is what it is. It got better. It did get better toward later issues, but I really think they kind of shot themselves in the foot coming out of the gate with that book. Had they had a tighter narrative going forward and a tighter grasp of how those characters are supposed to sound, they probably could have done done a lot better. But it never had great numbers for a Bat book anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Punchline book I'm super behind on. Sergeant Rock. I'm hearing good things about that, so I might check that out. But
Hmm.
115. I assume that's a Black Label book. So,
Yeah,
well,
Black
maybe
Label.
not. It's priced right. It is okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, those Harley numbers. I mean, 25. That's a reprint, but those numbers they do keep getting lower and lower. So I wonder if that's got something to do with the upcoming creator change. And and I think that's about all the comments I have to make on this section here.
Yeah, and to piggyback off my comment, if you guys didn't catch it on Twitter, um, I Am Batman is ending at 18. Son of Kala ended at 18. Um, Wonder Girl ended pretty early, but I had suspicions that if it continued on, it would end at 18 as well. Um, and again, Batgirls wasn't. We didn't really hear much about the Batgirls when it came to the 5G stuff. But again, it's Batgirls still fell in it still fell in that category again. Legacy characters. So now that you mentioned it about a spirit world, it makes sense that Batgirls will probably be canceled just to honor that continuity. And also, I think it might be a better fit for Cass because Cass is a Asian character. The spirit world creative team is it's an Asian writer, and I believe an Asian artist as
I
well. I
think
gotta
that whole
double check.
team is. Yeah.
Yeah, whole team is Asian, so it makes sense for them to shift Cass over, to where her people is at. Makes perfect sense. And again, especially if Batgirls isn't selling well, and again, I've heard rumblings on other channels about Batgirls possibly ending. So who knows? It makes sense. This book it dipped. But in to their defense, the book has definitely climbed because before when we were doing
Yeah.
this, that book was in the 140s, the 130s. Same with Wonder Woman. Now we're seeing it in the 113s. Wonder Woman is now in the 100s. So they're doing something better, but even to add in Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
there's rumblings of a creative team switch that may be
Yeah.
happening soon also.
They
So
they really picked it up with the annual because I get all the annuals in it. So that had been the first Batgirl issue I had bought in probably about 7-ish issues or so. But that annual, I like, okay, they might have something here if they could
yeah,
continue with that. You had Shiva showing up, you had Clue Master, and I was like, all right, you got something here. So,
yeah,
I think that might have been the point where they started to find their stride, but it might have been a little too late. But
yeah,
who knows?
little too late. And again, I don't know, maybe there, a lot of it also too is because I think there was a lot of mixed messaging with this book. When it first was
Hmm.
announced, this was supposed to be a mini series, and I think
Yeah,
it got the greenlit for ongoing, but nobody
they
was
did it
told that.
before the sale. Yeah, they did it before they had sales data. That usually isn't a great idea, but
Yeah,
I guess they felt confident that it would meet the numbers they were wanting, but I don't know if it did. So matter of fact, I doubt it did. If like I said, it had it's been a struggle for a bat book, a bat adjacent book. The numbers
yeah.
haven't been where they would want them to be.
Yeah. So and again, yeah. So we'll see. Who knows? We could be wrong, but it's not looking good for this book, and it hasn't looked good for a while. I will get, like I said, I'll give credit where credit is due, but again, it may
Hmm.
just be a little bit too late. Other than that, Punchline, um, I'm willing to give this a go. When it's all said and done, because I think Tynan really warmed me up. No pause, no pause. Tynan warmed me up for a punchline because I do enjoy the backup as well. I'm enjoying the entire book, both the main story and the backup as well.
Right.
So we'll see there. But yeah, I think that's about it as well. Let's move on to the 120s. As I know it's getting a little late. Want to make sure everybody got time to go to bed and shit. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. These live streams do take a little longer, but again, I'd rather we talk about the raw data versus you just get a compiled list where it's just spotting a bunch of bullshit. So yeah. 120 is the Walking Dead Deluxe 54. 121 Little Monsters number 9. She-Hulk number 9 at 122. Amazing Spider-Man number God damn. 120, 123 King Spawn
Bro,
number
we have seen Amazing Spider-Man so many times.
bro.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. That creative team's never changing.
It's not,
I mean,
bro.
good lord, man.
Yo, remember before the break, we just kept seeing a bunch of, like Tom King books and like the top 50 and even beyond
Yes,
that.
yes, exactly. This is like this, but but on steroids, bro.
Oh my god. Um, what is it? We got Stargirl, The Lost Children, 3 of 6. We got Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 1. That's definitely a reprint. We got Riddler Year One, number 2. We got Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise, number 3. We got New Champion of Shazam, number 4. And rounding things off at 130 is Catwoman 51. Let's see here. Yeah, She-Hulk. She-Hulk dropped quite
I
a
got
bit.
scared for a minute. That's a reprint. I got scared for a minute. I was like,
Oh,
no, my girl.
okay.
I got scared, but I checked. That book came out in December. It was 63 then. So
Oh, okay, all right. Whew, okay, good.
yeah, I got scared, boy.
What is it? What about Stargirl? When did that one come out?
Let me check.
Yeah, because I feel like that's low for a Jeff Johns book. Really low for a Jeff Johns book. I feel like that might be a
Mhm.
reprint too. Um,
Let's see here. Let's see. Ooh, and number two was in December. That was 124.
oh,
Let's see. Make sure number three. Yeah, number two was in December, so that's accurate.
oh
This is
shit.
January. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Well,
Oof.
it's down one spot, so that's not a crazy dip, but that's just not where you expect to see a John's book in the 120s.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, all right. We'll see how that goes. Well, yeah,
Mm,
definitely the Jeff Johns effect is definitely a fizzled out. Well, it's fizzling out, I should say.
yeah.
Uh,
Folks might have just moved on.
yeah, and that's totally valid too. Let's see here. Riddler, not reading. Yeah, Catwoman 51. Yeah, oh boy. Yo, they got to do something different with that book. It's so, oh god, I
Yeah,
say this all
that's
the
that's a
time. Fall from
I
grace
think that's a
from
big dip.
yeah. Ooh. Such a fall from grace from where V had the book. And oh boy.
Hell, it's a fall from where Joel Jones had the book, and she wasn't the best and couldn't be dependent on to get stuff in on time. You said that was 51,
Yeah, no, yeah, 51, issue 51.
and what number was that? One what,
130.
bro? The month before that book was 43.
Yeah, but yeah, well, it was a landmark issue.
Yeah,
So
that's all right.
that was
Let
probably
me look at. I'll look at November.
yeah, because I understood fear. I remember when last time we did that. Um, it was
It was
definitely
70 then, so it's dropping, but yeah, not as bad of a drop. All right,
yeah,
so the book should be around 70ish, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it might be time for a change.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, not much to say about this list. Anything else, AJ?
Uh, Not much. Like I said, I was scared for my girl Jen for a minute, but that's a reprint. Um, amazing, amazing Spider-Man. I'm sorry, that's just hilarious, bro. People hate this run, but every time I turn around, it's another amazing Spider-Man issue popping up on
Jesus
this list. Like
Christ.
Jesus, man, Riddler year one. Hell, I'm surprised that even. I mean, is even here. That I feel like that one came out like at least two. I think we're on what about 3 year one books since then. So
But
that's
it's not the
no,
Paul
no.
joint.
Excuse me. I'm thinking the Riddler from One Bad Day. The time, yeah, that's the Dano, Paul
Oh,
Dano,
okay.
uh,
All right.
the dude from played Riddler in the Batman. Hell, that's not bad for a dude who's not a comic writer. So
Yeah, that's
I won't
fair.
give him too much slack.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um, New champion of Shazam. Man, I feel like that's a little low, but it is what it was a mini, and they told the story they had wanted to tell, so we won't say too much about that. Catwoman, like, if that book doesn't get a creative team change with the Dawn of DC stuff, I will be shocked.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
because
time.
yeah, like that just keeps going down.
Yeah, it's
But
time.
who knows? We'll see. We will see.
Let's move on to 131. We got Bone Orchard, Black Feathers number 5. We got Dark Web X-Men number 2. We got Star Wars High Republic number 3. We got Murder World Wolverine number 1. We got Batman 130, 135. That's definitely a reprint. We got X-Men Annual number 1. That's probably a reprint. We got DC versus Vampires number 12. AJ, would you mind seeing when that one came out? Um, we got that.
Sure. I think it was December, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
We got Batman Urban Legends 23. We got Sabretooth and the Exiles number 3. And Sonic the Hedgehog 56. Um, yeah. I'll wait for you to get I'll wait for you to get that data, and then you could go
Yeah.
first.
DC versus Vampires 12. That was December. It came in at 67.
Oh damn, that's yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wait,
So
wait. So did
yeah, that
this?
was this.
Wait, so
Wait, go
number
ahead.
12 number 12 came out in December.
Yeah, it was
Oh, so this is a
December of 20.
reprint.
Well, obviously 2020. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's not bad at all. Okay, all right, that's fine. But yeah, any thoughts on this new batch?
Uh, let's see here. Yeah, like you said, X Men Annual. That's a reprint. I completely forgot about those Murder World books. So yeah, anything with a Wolverine in it, the main Wolverine, showing that low, that's kind of shocking. But yeah, who knows? I'll go download that copy, download that issue, see what it's talking about. I have fallen off of Urban Legends so hard. I don't know what's happening with that right now. I need to get back on that. I'll probably just wait for the trade because it didn't it end or it's ending soon.
It's done. It's done. That's why it's getting
It's
rebooted
done.
as
Okay.
yeah, Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I'll just wait for the trade. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, I'm not reading much from here, so that's I pretty much don't have anything to say.
Hold on. Apologies, guys. Hold on. Apologies, guys. I don't know what was going on. My thing started to freak out. But AJ, what you were saying?
Yeah, I was just saying that's pretty much all I'm reading from this section. So yeah, I don't have anything else.
Okay, okay. Yeah, not much to say here also. Yeah, we could move on. Let's see here. 140, 141. We got Junkyard Joe number 4. We got Harley Quinn the animated series Legions of Bats number 4. We got Batman Incorporated number 4. We got Black Adam number 7. We got Wakanda number 4. We got Batman, excuse me, Nightwing 99. We got Mosley number 1. We got Extreme X-Men number 2. We got Flash 123, Fast Mile Edition. We got I Am Batman number 17 at 150. Before
Damn, I ain't
I
seen that book that low in a minute.
yeah, let me before I go, let me answer some of these. Tevia said DC versus Vampires ended so disappointingly. Yeah, it seems like they purposely left it open for a
Yeah, because they
sequel.
setting up a sequel, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was.
Uh,
I mean, from about issue 9, I kind of felt like I knew what was going to happen, and then issue 12 played out. I'm like, yeah, guys, we're gonna see. It's gonna be deceased all over again. We're gonna be getting DC versus vampires for years to come. Now, put it that way.
yeah, because again, like Taylor Deceased was such a hit, and Taylor is moving on to like bigger projects. But I think it was just like a test run to see how
Hmm.
this would do, and it's doing pretty well. So I'm not surprised at all. Like this is
Yeah,
DC.
because it was initially put out because they needed something similar because Taylor was taking too long to get that last deceased book out.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it scratched the itch that people needed. So yeah, they're definitely doing sequels.
Yeah. What's up, yo, soft boy? Good to see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for popping through. Yeah, Palm Boom said to set up a new status quo. Yeah, again, when you have a hit series, there's no way they won't go and milk that for all it's worth. Hold on. I'm late. Did y'all pass JSA and Marauders? Yeah. JSA was what, AJ? I think it was like what?
Let me see. Was it like one? It was kind of lower than what we thought it would have been. Give me a sec. I'll find it. I can't. I don't know if it was in the hundreds or not.
I
But
think it was in the hundreds.
okay, let's see.
Yeah, actually, I could just do the search real quick right here, and then we'll go.
No, 75.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, 75. But yeah, it was a fairly substantial drop from issue 1.
okay, and Marauders was like 40 something.
Oh,
So that
yeah,
title's
it's
not
it.
doing bad. Yeah, so it's just doing good. So yeah, it was like way early on. Tevia asked, I no, I have not seen Battle of the Super Sons. I think it's on HBO Max now. I do need to make
Yeah, it
time
is.
to watch it. Yeah, I've been slacking. I've been slacking. Let's see here. Um, what else? What else? All right. Let's go into this list real quick. Yeah, Batman Incorporated. Okay. Yeah, I think this is another case of just DC not really reading the room because I think the time for Batman Incorporated has passed. And yeah,
Hmm.
if a Batman book is this low so early in the run and we know it's not a reprint, yeah, guys, you might have to, yeah,
And it's been fine, but it's not really giving people what they want from a Batman Incorporated book. I feel like the other, versions of Batman haven't been getting enough of a shine. They've basically made it a Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter book, and like I said, it's fine, but it's not what people felt like they were sold on. I'll put it that way, and so
yeah.
yeah, it's dropping.
I think also too, I think time maybe this is just their way of showing Tana some good graces. So if they do need them to come back,
That's exactly what it is.
yeah. So I think that's what it is. But yeah, and I feel bad for Ed Breeson, man. Like, yo, they gotta stop putting old boy on these books that it
Hmm.
looks they're not gonna last long. Like, dude, number 4 at 143, bro. No, I don't even see this book making it to like 12 issues, or maybe they will cut it off at the knees before 12. But yeah,
Right.
like, come on, man. We could do better. We can do better.
I mean, but we said it, when he was on Batman, like so much of these OCs that he was creating, they were shallow, man. Like DC's tried to keep him around, but I really don't know what folks expected. Like that book is dropping, dropping, dropping. Number two was at 78. Number three was at 113. Now
Ooh,
we're all the way down to what, 143.
ooh,
Like I'm not even gonna bother looking up what number one was at because you see the trend, bro. It's sinking fast.
oh man, that's rough. I mean, honestly, I think if maybe because we've heard rumblings that Tynan stories have been passed on to successors. So
I
maybe
mean, yeah.
this maybe
I'm
this
gonna tell you
is
what it is, right?
yeah.
DC saw the numbers from when Tynan was on the book, and they didn't look at anything past surface level data, right? You
Hmm.
know that the numbers slipped a bit with King. I think when they pulled him off, I want to say he was in like the mid 80s, maybe in the 90,000 copies sold an issue, right? Which, like I said, that 95% of comics that come out in a month would love to have those numbers, but that's kind of iffy for a the main Batman book. That's
Hmm.
iffy. So Tynan comes on, and the numbers kick back up into the 200,000 range, right? Because
Hmm.
he talked about it in one of his early Substack. So when I was reading, I think he was kind of pushing back against people who said they didn't like his run. Talked about how the editors at DC had come up to him, oh man, DC Batman hasn't sold this well in almost a year, blase blase. I'm like, yeah, cool, bro. But you did not do that over a sustained period.
Hmm.
And also what you did, you artificially pumped those numbers up by putting in a new OC like every
Yes.
other issue. Like if you go back and count the number of characters that he introduced in his run, and they prop them up as, oh, first appearance of such and such, and
Yep.
doing covers for first appearance of such and such. Like guys, your book isn't selling on the merits of the writing in the book. It's speculators and collectors just picking up a bunch of titles because they think that these characters are going to be important. But if you actually read the issues and you saw how little depth so many of them had to
Hmm.
them, you knew they weren't going to be characters worth sticking around for and reading month after month after month. And now they're trying to push some of them in other books, and it's not working out for them.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, to give Williamson some credit, I think he's probably handled them the best. But again, that
Mm-hmm.
was in Shadow War, and he Williamson was just using characters, to just rapidly push his initiative, and then he's out,
Yeah.
and then so what can you do after that? But again, none of it was legit, and to give Tynan credit too, you know I reread Joker War, and I thought Joker War was solid. I thought it was pretty good. When you sit down and
Yeah,
reread
his
it,
writing was fine up until that
yeah,
point. Up
up
until the end of Joker War. It falls off a cliff after
falls
that.
off. Yeah. So but I think after that we knew of the issues that were plaguing the book. Him back and
Mm-hmm.
forth at editorial. But yeah, I think again this is just a last ditch attempt to keep them around, and at some point DC's gonna have to pull the plug because, bro, being
Yeah.
so low at number 4, I don't know. You might have to make Tynan mad, or and we're like, hey, we're sorry, we tried, but it ain't working. It's business at the end of the day. It's business at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. Black Adam. Listen, I understand the complaints for Black Adam. I get it. It's a book that's kind of all over the place, and it's written as if it's gonna be an ongoing, but it's clearly not. And the
Yeah, it's
story's
not.
bouncing back and forth, left and right. Like the premise of Black Adam can't be redeemed, I think that's consistent, but the way it's being presented to us in the story, it's not working. I can find things I enjoy, and again, I do have a bias for Priest. I like Priest's work, but
Mm-hmm.
I can also admit to, it's like, hey, bro, right now I understand why this ain't hitting with the readership. Um,
I'll be honest. If it wasn't Priest writing that book, I probably wouldn't be buying it. I would trade rate. Um, because I like more in the book than I dislike in the book.
mhm.
But there are certain times where it's like, all right, bro, this is supposed to be like either 10 or 12 issues. We got to start moving along with some things, like getting to some resolution with some issues. Like right now, I believe Black Adam. Well, home Jesus, I'm blanking on homeboy's name, but right
Malik.
now he's still no the actual Teth Adam.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, as far as I know, I believe he's still sick or something. But like, yeah, bro, we gotta start getting to some resolution on some of these plot points. I think Priest might have been banking on his relationship with DC to extend that title because he turned in a Deathstroke book for them that they fucking loved in those offices.
Hmm.
Like he was one of the quickest Rebirth books to get the Omni treatment. So like maybe he thought he had more goodwill with him than he does. But who knows? It could always get a last minute extension, but I don't think it will.
Yeah, I don't think so
And do we
either.
do we think Malik will stick around? So, yeah, somebody asked software. Do we think Malik will stick around? Absolutely. Like that is the best part. That is
Oh
what
yeah.
Priest is cooking with Malik.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a and you've already seen other writers picking him up. That's a character that's gonna stick around.
Hmm. And we see Malik in the Dawn of DC promo.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
that spread with all the leaguers and the legacy characters as well. Yeah, so
Hmm.
I could see Malik sticking around. He's a fun character, man. And again, I will say this about Priest's writing. Listen, story wise, story and pacing of Black Adam aside, I think the message of Black Adam that can't be redeemed, it's still consistent. And also the way Malik is written, bruh, that's Priest, bruh. It's Priest.
Hmm.
This is all I can tell you. It's Priest. Like you know what you're getting into. But yeah. Other than that, Wakanda number 4, I'm not surprised it's selling so low. Yeah, it's I don't know what the rationale was behind, like, that Black Panther run wasn't doing so hot, and then you do a spin off for that with the writer who is not the best. I think it's like Stephanie Williams,
Hmm.
old girl who did Trial of the Amazons, the Nubia of the
Yeah.
Amazons. You already knew what you were getting into. Um, let's see here, 1999 reprint. The last book I can speak on here is Iron Batman number 17. Iron Batman ended this week, and good riddance. I'm sad. I'm upset. For real, like I say that, with some sadness because again, I've been on Twitter. I've even said on this channel too how much I thought this book had potential. And again, for one reason or another, could have just been because of the suspicion I had about how many issues it was meant to go for. That's probably why the book ended up that way. But we'll never know. But yeah, I think Jace is a great character. But Ridley just did what Ridley did, and here we are. But I have a whole video talking about that. That's picking up steam, especially the last couple of days. So thank you to everybody who's been checking out that video. Like, I don't know why, I don't know how, but people like it and they're responding to it, especially since the book has ended. So thank you to that. But yeah, I'm sad, but 150 for Iron Batman is a damn fucking shame, man. Damn shame. But yeah, I don't know if we got anything else to say here. We could just move on.
Nah, you said it best about that one.
So let's move on to 151. We got Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 3. We got All Out Avengers number 5. We got Gargoyles number 1. We got Creepshow number 5. We got Mary Jane and Black Cat number 1. That's definitely a reprint. We got TMNT Ongoing 136. We got The Walking Dead Deluxe 55. We got Carnage number 8. We got Dark Ride number 4. And we got Midnight Suns 4 of 5. AJ, you got anything to say about this batch?
All Out Avengers at number 5. That is what happens when midway through a run you announce that you're relaunching it. So yeah, you're gonna lose out on sales until people wait around to pick up the new number 1, continuing out of the story. This this is one of the times where you should just make something ongoing. Marvel. I know y'all love the miniseries more than anybody, but if you like what that creative team is giving you, just say, hey, we're gonna lengthen this book out. Don't always just hunt after the new number 1 sales, guys,
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna hurt the issues in the middle. Um, let's see here, Mary Jane and Black. Yeah, like you said, that's a reprint. What? I thought it was something else I was looking at in this section. No, I guess not. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, same. All Out Avengers. I feel like this was Marvel it's just poor planning. It's very poor planning.
Yeah.
I think they heard the criticisms about Aaron's run being so out of continuity and so disconnected. So they just threw this out there, and um, I don't think they had things in place yet with Jed McKay. So they just decided, okay, well, let's just throw it out. Then some things probably went along as planned with Jed McKay. Then they realized, oh shit, we have now 4 Avengers books out at once, and let's try to. I don't know. It's just so many different elements here. So
Hmm.
yeah, just poor planning. So yeah, I won't miss it. The first issue was okay. Um, but yeah, I think people now, once they realize that they have a brand new official Avengers book that's coming out, there's like, fuck it. So why not? It's just waste of resources at this point. So yeah. And again, maybe it's just the reason why Savage Avengers is ending too. So yeah, Marvel just wants to focus on one Avengers team. I don't blame them. But yeah, other than that, not much to say here. Dark Ride number 4. Isn't that's Williamson's book? Um, yeah, this is.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. But then again, the indie books could be hit or. I don't know. I feel like those probably do better in trade. So let's
Hmm.
see. I don't think there's much to speculate there. 161. We got Nightclub number 2. We got Star Wars High Republic Adventures. We got Star Wars Doctor Aphra number 28. We got TMNT Armageddon game number 4. We got Wonder Woman Historia to Amazon number 3. We have Titans United Impact number 5. Excuse me, I said Titans United Blood Pack number 5. Children of the Black Sun number 1. We got New Mutants 33. Yeah, that book gotta go. We got Wolverine
Uh,
28, and we got Creep Show number 4. AJ, what you think?
we're pretty much starting to get into reprint territory now. Dr. Afra, we know, I think we've seen on this list already. Wonder Woman Historia, I know that book came out at least a month ago, so I mean a month before this list. So reprint Titans, I'm not sure that one might be right. Wolverine, I know is a reprint. We've already seen what like 29 and 30 on this list.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess you're gonna get into, like I said, you're gonna get into a lot of stragglers in this section now, or stuff that's really doing well enough to be sticking around. But at this point, a month after release, but yeah, not too much here for
Yeah.
me to give an opinion on.
Yeah, and also let me answer Soft Boy's comment. New Mutants feels like a filler book to be honest, and I think it got a new creative team. Yeah, Vita Ayala was on the book for the longest time, and then they switched after that. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on, but
she
it
was.
seems like hmm,
I was gonna say, yeah, she was the longest tenured writer on the book, but this is what, the fourth writer on it now, fifth, something like
yeah.
that. It's kind of crazy.
So I think it's done though. I think the book
Mm,
ended.
okay.
So that's probably why. Yeah, I haven't read it. I think the only time I read it was Ten of Swords. But yeah, I just think they had a struggle trying to find the footing, especially after Vita left. I think the book was selling pretty well in the Vita.
Yeah,
Um,
it was doing decent enough.
so yeah, sucks to see, but we got the Fall of X coming soon, so maybe we'll see these some of these books come back. Um, let's see here. Let's move on to 171. We got Sword of Azrael number 6. We got Strange Academy Finals number 3. We got Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise number 2. I think that might be a reprint because we've seen that earlier. Dune House,
Hmm.
Harkonnen number 1. We got Barbaric Hell to Pay number 1. We got Star Wars Han Solo and Chewbacca number 8. We got Something is Killing the Children 27. We got Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City number 4. We got What's the Furthest Place from Here number 10. And rounding things off is Shang-Chi Master of the Ten Rings number 1 shot. Yeah, not much to say here. The Gotham Knights Gilded City. I think that's from the video game. Yeah,
Hmm.
not surprised it's solo. Sounds like the video game wasn't a hit. Shang-Chi and Master of the Ten Rings, I feel like that's been out before. But I don't know, who knows.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, not much here to say about this. Is Sword of Azrael. I feel like that book has its own like little niche following because I've heard good
Hmm.
things about it. Um, but
Oh yeah,
again, maybe
absolutely.
that niche following wasn't enough to like bump it up higher. But I don't think it's a book that just dipping because it's bad. No, I think it's niche. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, anything here,
Um,
AJ?
no, not at all. Like I said, we're at reprints time, and we saw Han Solo. We one of the Gilded City issues. I think we saw Doctor Strange. Yeah, it's not much here. Sort of Azrael. Like you said, it has its audience, but it's not going to expand much beyond that. It seems like. But yeah, that's about it for here.
Yeah, let's see here. 181, we got Star Trek number 3. We got Exterminators number 4. We got Gunslinger Squad 15. We got Murder World Spider-Man number 1. Jesus Christ, here we go again. Namor, Conquered Shores. We got Blue Beetle Graduation Day number 3. That should
That
definitely be
hurts.
higher.
Yeah, that
DC,
hurts.
oh man, DC Horror presents Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. Oh, no, that's probably a reprint. Okay, that book
Yeah,
is
that's a
doing pretty
reprint.
well.
We
Fine.
saw. I know one other issue of that on here already.
Okay. We got I Hate Fairyland number 2. We got Star Wars Dr. Afro 27. We got Alien number 4. Um, yeah, this one hurts. This one hurts because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm reading that book. I subscribe to it.
Hmm.
It is fun,
Same.
it's goofy, It's drawn very well. It's wholesome. And man, you got folk were asking for a Blue Beetle book. And nah, man,
Yep, this is
this
why
should be
DC
higher.
doesn't give y'all the things they want, the things you want, guys. Folks been talking about, oh, Blue Beetle should get a book for a while, and then, yeah, this is where we are. Sad to say, but it hurts. It hurts, brother. Cause that's a good book. That
It's
is
a
a good book,
very good book.
and
Very good book.
should be higher.
But yeah, other than that, no, not much to say here. Again, we are just in reprint territory right now. We're at the last of the list. So we got 191 Savage She-Hulk #1 Fast Mile edition. We got Monkey Prince number 10 to 12. We got
Oof, that's
Deceased.
dropped.
Yeah. Oof. We got Deceased War of the Undead Gods. I feel like that's a reprint for sure.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
we got TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures #4. We got Tim Drake Robin #5 at 195.
Yo,
Holy
195 out of 200 for a bat book.
fucking shit.
Hold up, I got to do my due diligence. Let me make sure that's not a. I know it's not, but I'm just making sure it's not
Yeah,
a reprint.
do the due diligence, please. Oh man.
No, because
Oh,
number four was at 188 in December. Oh my god, bro, that is jeez. Nigga, I give Batgirls a lot of crap. Batgirls has
bro.
never done this bad.
Oh my god.
My god, bro.
Oh. Listen, yo, if this book is still around, even after fucking Aquaman got canned after issue 5, bro, that is some serious bat privilege. Bro, even I Am
Bro,
Batman wasn't that low. And that's when things
never.
start to shift.
Bro, I said issue 12. I said that would get
Oh,
12 issues. I might be ready to drop that down to 10. Like that,
oh,
ooh, brother.
man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Like any
That's
bat book alone being that low is bad, but nigga, Tim was like I said, I've never been the biggest fan of Tim Drake, but he is a fan favorite to a lot of people, bro. And that first issue was the numbers were decent on that. Decent, actually, they were pretty good.
I
Folk
think that
read
was
that
in
first
like
issue and said, "Nope."
70, bro. I think it was in like the 70s. Oh, maybe we gotta check.
Like, jeez. All right, Leah, give me a minute. Jesus, bro, that is. Eesh.
Oh, that's rough. Shit. Oh, while you're looking, let me answer some of these comments, bro. Yo,
Yeah,
uh,
go ahead, man.
disappointed seeing Blue Beetle series that low. Yes, disappointing. Very disappointing. But who knows? It could also be the case of, maybe it. No, I'm not even gonna give that any like justification. That book should be higher. No, yeah, it should be higher. Um,
Oh, Lord, I misspoke. Number one. Take a guess. Where do you think it was at?
70s, in the 70s.
No.
It can't be lower than 70, bro.
Yes, it can.
90?
92.
God, it's not terrible, but still, for #1.
Yeah.
Ooh,
God, dog it, boy.
Christ. Oh, Comic Boom said DC challenge writer Megan Fitzmartin to make Tim Drake the lowest DC comic, and she responded. Yo.
But hey, while they're joking, brother, it's only selling better than 2 DC books, and the other 2 are reprints, bro. So, like Batman versus Robin #4, bro. How long ago did that come out? Come on now.
Yeah, oh
That's
my
been what,
God.
2, 3 months? Come on now.
Bro. That's bad. And notice how we didn't even get to the bottom of the list before we just started talking about this, because this is insane.
No, bro. It's bad. It's oh my god.
Hey, yeah, you know what?
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
you
And
know
hey,
that's
look,
mhm.
I know Damien's book did not get canceled for Tim Drake. I absolutely understand. But
Yo,
boy, the Damien fans who I count myself amongst, but I understood the background stuff of why it happened. But yo, they are absolutely justified in feeling away right now. Oh my god, bro. Jesus.
oh my gosh, this is insane. Hold on. Soft voice said bad girls selling higher than Tim Drake Robin. What is going on? Yo.
I'm be honest, I think it's always so well no it hasn't. 90 that month it was 92. I think Batgirls was in like the mid hundreds, but it might have sold better than that book for maybe one issue. God, oh yeah, boy.
Oh my gosh. Also, too, I think that's probably why they're doing the artist switch. Because
Oh,
there's
now they're switching an artist on that book.
yo,
Oh, really? Oh, 6 months in at least. You're gonna do an artist change? Okay.
yo, you know what? Fuck it. Since I didn't get a chance to talk about it on the Tim Drake video that I dropped, you know what I think happened? I really
What's
think
that?
um they didn't plan correctly for this book at all. I think
Of course not.
because yeah, I think they started to hear people saying, "Oh, what are you gonna do to follow up? You made this whole thing about old boy being bisexual." And I don't know. I feel like maybe if they had waited a little bit longer instead of pulling the trigger, maybe they might have gotten an artist, a more better artist, to stay on and complete the first arc. But I think right now they kind of just settled for who was available. I think that's really what it was.
Yeah,
And
I
now
can see that.
since they had some time, then they could get a better artist, but it may be too late. Oh man. Software said, yeah, Tim about to get shelved for a bit. Well, Zdarsky's writing Tim, so
Yeah,
it's
much
going
better by the
on.
way. Much better too.
Um, I'm
But yeah,
tired of.
he ain't gonna have an ongoing for a minute after this. I'll
Oh
say
no,
that.
absolutely
For
not.
a solo period, mini or ongoing, he ain't about to have one for a minute.
Oh, Tev said, "I am tired of Tim Drake Rodman being treated like garbage. You and me both. You and me both."
Yeah.
Comic Boom said, "Where are all the LGBTQ readers supported Tim Drake?" Hey, bro, listen, even the LGBTQ folk not rocking with this book.
Mm-hmm.
They not
A
rocking
lot of
with
a lot
it.
of them not. I don't heard it ain't my place to say, so I don't know. But they felt like a lot of the art was kind of stereotypical of LGBT
Mm,
folks. So, like I said, I can't make that judgment call, but I have heard that from more than one person. So,
yeah,
like,
and
hey, it is
oh
what it
man,
is, man. But yeah, hey, those folks deserve good books too, man.
they do. And again, I posted up a tweet about the sales actually, and a lot of the LGBTQ folk they showed up in the comments and with the same consensus, like, hey, yo, you know, the art isn't good, the writing isn't good. Like,
Hmm.
say what you want, but I'm pretty sure you put a good creative team behind the LGBTQ character, they're gonna show up. And I'm pretty sure we've had great examples of LGBTQ characters selling much better than this.
I mean, look at Ivy, and I mean, yeah, look at Poison Ivy right now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Yep.
she just had a it was a whole issue of, I mean, obviously not explicit, of basically her clapping Harley's cheeks and Harley being high the whole issue.
Bruh.
And yeah, that book is selling well enough to get extended. Hell, Midnighter and Apollo in the War World stuff that sold. I
Oh
mean,
yes.
bruh, like put a good creator on with these type of characters and they'll sell. Is not that hard to figure out, bro.
Nah, damn. Oh my lord. Tev said, I guess they don't. I guess they just don't care about Tim Drake as the LGBTQ icon. Hey, listen, you know what? Again, creative team, creative team. Oh,
Yep.
listen, soft boy. I'm LGBTQ and definitely not supporting that trash ass book. Poison Ivy is a better LGBTQ series. There you go.
There you go. I
There you
just
go.
said it.
Um, We got Tev said, which again proves my point that turning Tim Drake bisexual was a bad idea from the very beginning. Same thing goes with John, which also failed. Yeah, for me, like I said, I think I've been consistent in saying this. Um, I have zero problem with Tim being bisexual. As my stance was, as long as you do something interesting with that, it can't just be Tim Drake is bi. It can't just be that. That's not going to sell a book. And DC obviously, they didn't listen.
I think another big issue with Tim was they broke him and Stephanie up off panel. And like I
Yes.
said, I'm not a fan of Tim. I'm not the biggest fan of Tim. I've never been a fan of Steph. But people liked that coupling, and for you to just not even give them the decency of showing that happen, you just have Tim show up after being in Bendis's Young Justice series, where he was with Steph, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have him show up in an Urban Legends book, and he's like, "Oh, he's broken up with Steph." Like, nah, that was disrespectful to the folks who are invested in that relationship, who just invested in both those characters even separately from each other. Like,
And
that was a wild decision to make. I don't know how they thought that was going to end well. And
and
then putting Fitzmartin on the book, his solo afterwards, like we saw what she did in her Dark Crisis miniseries. Like it was always going to end badly.
yeah, there was no way, no way. And I'm somebody who, I'm not the biggest Tim Drake fan, but hey, Tynan convinced me during that Detective Comics one. Like, what, is this a cool ass couple?
That's the only time I've rocked with Tim, really.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, Riley Roswell's art does not help. Yeah, I think Riley is.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think we said enough about that. Tev said, "Question: Do you believe Tim Drake Robin is beyond saving? Because I hate to say, it, but Fitzmartin's terrible writing he's beyond saving. You know what? We go by raw data. We've been doing this for the past couple months. I don't know. Maybe the artist swap will help, but I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
don't think any I don't think any character is ever beyond saving. I think any character given to a creative team that cares and is competent can do something interesting with any character. You can have the most no name character, or character that's been ignored for decades, but you pair them with a writer that has something to say, and you can get something special out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Here is just it's been a miss.
Yeah, it's a huge miss. Oh, we got Aki in the building. Aki, thank you for popping through. I said Tim Drake being bisexual doesn't matter. The book just sucks. Queer people not buying the book is because the book is dog shit. We weren't selling for yo.
Yep, there you go.
Aki with the chopper. Aki with the chopper.
I mean
Um,
that's absolutely right though, bro.
yeah.
Like yo, those folks, like I said before, those folks deserve books that handle the characters that they value well, just like any other marginalized group, bro.
Fucking men.
And right now, the Tim Drake book is not it. Like I said, the Ivy book is giving you that Midnighter and Apollo in War World to a lesser extent, but it gave you that.
Oh yeah.
The Tim Drake stuff, you know,
Hey, speaking of what we don't have to stay here, but after reading Apollo, was a Midnighter and Apollo in War World, I was like, I could do a mini series with them. I would
absolutely
100% love that.
they could hell with the Authority popping back up because Gunn doing that with the movies, bruh. Give them give them a 10 issue maxi. Get that Authority team back together and go cook, bruh.
Yep.
And let the two of them be the focus of the team. Like yes, brother. Like you could absolutely put numbers up with the right creative team.
100%. Soft boy, so I got a question for you. You two, are y'all fucking with the new Golden Age storyline that Jeff Johns is cooking up? Um, I'm checking
Who knows?
out. Uh, I'm I'm reading Justice Society of America, but I think at this point I might just wait for it to go on trade.
Think that's exactly what I'm about to say. I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with it or not because Jeff Johns can never get a book out on time, so I'll just wait, brother. Like I'd already stepped off of Johns enough after his whole last stint with DC was a debacle, but now they're easing him back in. So I said, all right, I'll check some of the stuff out. Flashpoint Beyond, except for like one issue, pretty much stuck to a schedule. I think
Mm-hmm.
because I've read the trade and it's fine, it's good. The Justice Society stuff, who knows? We'll see. I'm probably just gonna wait until all the issues are out and then make my decision then. But I'm not gonna be dicked around for months at a time because he can't get his shit together.
Yeah, same. And again, I we got to see how he ties in with the rest of the DCU because he seems, I don't know, a lot of this stuff seems a little disconnected.
Yep.
So yeah, we got to see because John's, as much as we give Bendis shit for, not following continuity, John's is also, um,
He's the king of that shit, man.
he's also implicit in that. So we got to be fair here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Comic book. Oh yeah. How'd you guys like the Flash movie trailer? I kind of want to save that for the Comics Authority stream. I kind of want to save that because I would like Elvis to be here. But I'll give you, yeah, and just some promo, a shameless promotion. But yeah, guys, on Sundays, typically me, AJ, and Elvis get together where we mainly talk about, we don't touch on the comics too much, only in passing, but we mostly talk about more like the movies and the TV stuff. So yeah, but because you asked, I'll give you a light opinion. I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it. But I will. But on this
I'll,
on the authority stream, we'll go more in depth. So please, I will do my best to put out that information before Sunday, so you guys can have time to, set your schedules apart. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more in depth about like my movie opinions and TV stuff, please show up to those streams.
and I'll say this much. We've been hearing rumors for a while, and we still don't know if the movie's good, but we've been hearing rumors from folks inside of Warner Brothers, folks outside of Warner Brothers, that this shit is a good movie.
Yeah.
Bruh, that trailer, it's showing you why they have put up with Ezra Miller's shit for the past year and a half. I think they know they have gold on their hands. So they
Mm-hmm.
just like, you know what? We just gonna deal with it. We're gonna get this movie out. If it makes a boatload of money, we might bring you back. But
Yep.
I think that's where they are right now.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if the movie makes a lot of money, and also, if, and I said this on the stream I just did on Friday, I was like, hey, I know it's about to be a controversial thing I'm about to say. Yo, I don't think anybody is beyond saving, man. If they standing
Oh,
behind that person, I know they go by they them. If they standing behind that person, it seems like they are 100% sure they can change. I don't see why not as well. So, hey, I'm not passing judgment. Let's
yeah.
see.
And then the other thing too, and we can get into this more on Sunday. I think folks forget about Ezra. Ezra gets in their bag when it comes to acting. I know a lot of folks might have just been introduced to him with the DC stuff. No, that cat can act. Go watch Perks of Being a Wildflower. Go watch some of that Fantastic Beast stuff, which I'm not the biggest fan. I'm a Potter fan, but I'm not the biggest fan of those movies. But nah, Ezra can get in their bag when it comes to acting, bro. Like, so that's another reason why I think DC is trying to ease y'all into the idea of keeping him around or keeping them around. Excuse me. But yeah, I really think that's coming. But I'm just gonna save it for when it happens. I'm gonna be laughing my ass off for
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Friday will be, no, excuse me, not Friday. Friday, excuse me. I want to clear. Friday was the my 500 sub stream, so that's up. Please go check it out. It's me and the homies hanging out. But on Sundays, we do get together. And we just mostly talk about movies, TV, and everything in between. So yeah, please, I'll do my best to get that information out. But Sunday for sure, we will be back because we didn't get a chance to get together Sunday. We all had Super Bowl plans. But yeah, I'll answer a couple more. Oh, hey, Tebby and Aki, they're having some good discussion here. But yeah, I'll answer this one thing. RDJ cleaned up and returned with Iron Man. Ezra, if they could get the help they need, I wouldn't mind if they return. Yeah, nobody is beyond saving. And
Yo,
with this,
Downey used to be out here in these streets. Oh my Yo, if folks think Ezra is wilding, go read some, and not just like Downey has multiple stints where he was out here wilding.
was
Go,
that
I don't know
bad?
how young some of y'all are in the chat. What's that,
It was that bad?
bruh? Man was coked out of his mind for like a decade, bro. Like just go read some of the stuff that he was out here doing. Like
Woof.
it was so bad that normally movie studios have to take insurance out on actors, especially uh like Tom Cruise is notorious for having a high insurance bill because he does all his own stunts.
Mm-hmm.
Downey, they had to take out insurance just because they were scared they were gonna wake up one day and he had OD'd on set, bro. It was that bad for him. That was a wild boy.
So, hey, I
Like
mean,
Favreau had to beg them to let him cast Downey as Tony Stark.
woof. And look at how his career has skyrocketed since.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll see. But yeah, Comic Boom, thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And yes, we will be in touch. We will be in touch. But yeah, me and AJ also have to go because I'm getting hungry again, and I do have a lot of comics to catch up on.
Shit, you
Um,
just reminded me I haven't eaten dinner. Oh
oh
shit.
shit, my bad. But yes,
Nah,
thank
you
you.
good. You good. It just completely slipped my mind. I think I might be coming down with something, so I might be. That's probably why I'm not hungry.
Okay. Oh, well, hope you feel better. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you guys for. We didn't even get to the bottom like five. Who gives a fuck? It's
Nah,
been posted up on there.
I'll run it down for y'all right quick because the Tim Drake stuff was hilarious.
Yeah,
Batman and Joker Deadly Duo at 196. Like I said, that's a reprint.
yeah,
Batman versus Robin number 4, 197 reprint. Dark Web number 1, 198 reprint. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Armageddon Game Alliance. No idea if that's a reprint or not, but that's at 199. Tiger Division number 3 is at 200, and that rounds out your top 200 list, folks.
yeah. So thank you guys for checking us out. Much appreciated. You guys are hella active in the chat. If you're somebody who was watching and you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. We do this every single month. Like I said, I we want to present you guys with raw fucking data. We understand that there is another site out there that compiles it based on groupings. I'm not for it. I like to be fair about doing these analysis. So this is why we present it this way. We understand it may be a little bit of these streams do tend to go along for a while, but again, I'd rather you guys come here, get the authentic shit. We also like to hang out with you guys as well. So please, if you're a first time viewer, come on, subscribe. I got a bunch of other content coming out soon. And like I said before, me and AJ and Elvis will be back this weekend for the Comics Code Authority stream. But before we go, AJ, I'm gonna throw your shit up on the screen real quick. Go ahead, plug yourself, brother.
Yeah, as always, find me on Twitter at Mr. underscore Mitchell underscore the number 2 underscore the letter U. I'm there giving hot takes most of the time, but yeah, I'm there. That's where you can find me.
Right. As for myself, you can find me on Roliver Queen underscore. Y'all know the vibes. Comic books, booze, and pretty feet. You know the deal. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, you can obviously, please subscribe to the channel as well. I got another subscriber, so thank you to whoever subscribed. Thank you very much. I'm still on my light break, so for the entire month of February, I will just be doing live streams, just to give myself a little bit of a break. But I will be back with some fresh content in March, and again, we will be back this Sunday for the Comics Code Authority live stream. But once again, thank you guys for checking out the content. And again, please be safe out there. Don't do wild people shit because I appreciate you all. We appreciate you, and we would love to see you back here hanging out with us again. All right, we got to go. Much love, much peace. It's your boy, Roliver Queen. We got AJ here as well. We are out.